These are... Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Molly. I'm an intuitive psychic medium. I'm going to wait for a few people to show up before I jump on in. But I think it'll be a fun night. I've been waiting until I have my energy back today to get on here and run with it. Hi, Morgan Clay. How are you? Welcome, Lorena. Welcome. I'm Miss Molly. Good to see you if I haven't seen you before. I'm an intuitive psychic medium. And I do all sorts of things on my live. Sometimes we just talk. Sometimes I tell stories, especially paranormal stories. Sometimes I do tarot and oracle readings, mediumship. I find lost items. Sometimes we play musical mediumship. It's just whatever we feel like. So kind of keeping it open, whatever comes up tonight. You'll see that it'll start getting its momentum. And everybody will start jumping in and asking me all these questions like they always do. But I did go through all of my videos. I know there's only a few of you in here right now, but in case you're somebody who posted a question on one of my videos about finding something, I wrote down notes about all the people that left me messages. So if you jump in here and you've already left me a message on the video, identify yourself and I'm going to find the notes I wrote about you, okay? Because I can't do everybody all at once. It's just too much, so. Anyway, nobody's saying anything. Hi, where's everybody coming from? What did everybody do this weekend? Anybody have any interesting stories they want to tell, paranormal or even just happy stories that I want to hear? I don't care. Tell me the stories. Tell me the stories. I want to hear them. I have a video that I guess you could call it viral. I don't know what's considered viral. But hey, Birdie. How from the Netherlands. Hello, Renata. My family stinks. That's my story, says Karen. And LD321 Leslie says, saw my brother's orbs today. How exciting. That's wonderful. I'm sorry your family stinks. Then don't talk to them. Karen, find a new family. You don't have to be nice to them. Just because you were born into that family doesn't mean you have to be nice to them. You can go find a new family, new people to call family. Most of my friends are my family. Not that I don't have a good family. There's a few people I don't talk to. Hey, Tampa, I'm moving to Miami in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, I've been up the hospital because she fell down the stairs and broke it in 3 places, says Birdie. Broke what? Broke what, hon? Hi, Sherry. Thanks for the fire, Hazel. I love that name, Hazel. It's one of my favorite names. Sister, her leg. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, sweetie. She says, Leslie says, he answered me and showed up on the camera on command. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting, Leslie. I would love to see that. Could you send that to me? missmollyknows at yahoo.com. Get ready for the heat. Oh, I've already lived in Florida. I know. I've lived in Georgia. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in the hottest damn places in this nation. It was obviously a good hand. Yeah. Jennifer says, I'm wondering if new and big things are coming my way. I feel a change coming. Then I would say yes. If you feel it, I've been feeling it too. There's a lot of changes in the energy right now, I noticed. Yolanda says, did Jeremiah talk about me positively on his trip? Oh, I love your name, Fupa. I don't really do that. That's not really how this works, sweetie. I do care about people, Kimberly. My job here, hey, Fred, same for you. If you have a question and you're a subscriber, which is only $6, I pull 3 or 4 cards for you, and I could give you some information that will help you make your own decisions or know what's going on, Fupa. But for me to just tell you what somebody else thinks, I don't know. That's kind of, And it could cause trouble, because if I tell you something that's not right, and then you go say to them, hey, I heard you say da-da-da, the psychic told me, you're not only going to look like a jerk, but I look like a jerk. That's not how it works. But like I said, I'm happy to pull some cards for you. To give you a little bit of information. Like I said, my subscribers always get priority. It's only $6, you guys. So you're buying me a cup of coffee to help you out. I appreciate it. Wanda says, I'm excited today. Finally dreamed of my mom after a year of losing her. Aw, don't know what, but I knew I did. That's wonderful, Wanda. That is a visitation. I consider that a visitation. Do I agree with spirit boards? You mean, do I use them? Yeah. Do I use them often? No. Do I think they're a good form of divination? No. I don't. They're not my favorite. But I'm not afraid of them. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. It's no different than automatic writing, automatic drawing, using a pendulum, using the cards. They're all just tools, guys. They've been bastardized by television and movies and people trying to scare you. That's all. Spirit boards are not anything to be afraid of. But I wouldn't use them if you're afraid of them because you already have a energy about them that's not good. Why do I always get cheated on? Because you say that. You say always. If you say that, you put it out to the universe. I always get cheated on. That's basically what you said. Maybe it's who you're picking. I'm not blaming you for that. It's never nice for that to happen to somebody, but maybe it's who you're picking because I had that happen to me all the way up until my last 2 boyfriends. And I'm not a slouch, right? So you're picking people that don't respect you, that don't value you. They can say they love you all they want, but if they don't show you with their actions, they're showing you. So when someone cheats on you, they're showing you that they don't have a commitment to you. And you can say, thank you for that. Bye-bye. Don't give them other chances. You know, that's if that happens. I help, Air Cooled says, oh, hi, Air Cooled. I helped my friend build a deck this weekend. I'm beat. Oh, how nice of you. That's so cool that you know how to do that. Yeah. It was a really big deck. Yeah. Well, you know, men like to brag about their big decks. I'm sorry, I had to say it. But oh, that was terrible. I like getting cheated on, says Air Cooled. It's fun. Oh, well, you're weird. Birdie says, actions speak louder than any words. Favorite quote. Yeah. But I mean, but saying that and understanding that are two, you guys are laughing, are two different things, right? My buddy Fred, he's on here right now, I think. He's the one that really like sent that home to me. He said, people show you with their actions, not with their words. Because I'll say, well, so-and-so said that, but then they did this. And so-and-so said that, they did this. And I get all pissed because I do what I say I'm going to do usually. So I get mad when other people don't. Or when people do something they say they're not going to do. But here's the thing. They're showing you. They don't call you on your birthday. They're showing you that your birthday is not important. So you don't call them on their birthday. Unless you really want to, of course. But don't expect it back. Wanda says, gotta manifest what you want is what I believe. Yeah, but you know, Wanda, there's more to it than just going, live, love, laugh, you know, like that kind of stuff. You know, my generation, I'm 53, by the way, you guys, in case you didn't know. My generation of women had this thing kind of like in the late 90s, you know, early 2000s, where it was like, live, laugh, love. And, you know, everybody went to see, you know, Eat, Love, Pray. And everybody was like in this empowerment of women. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I think we should be empowered all the time. I don't think there should be any specific reason to be empowered. We should just be empowered, be who we are. And I think just putting up words and saying words and being Miss Mary Sunshine isn't really how it works. We have to show the universe that we believe it's a happy and loving universe, right? By our behavior. Melissa, what a nice thing to say. She says, you're gorgeous. Well, I think you are too, but I can't see you in that little tiny picture. Kay says, hi, Kay. I need to keep that in mind, Molly, for my Mima who stopped talking to me after Dad passed. I'm so sorry, Kay. That's not easy. Megan, what a nice thing to say. Hey, Kayla, you guys are so kind. I really just been farting around here at the house all day. I mean, obviously I have makeup on, but I didn't really go to... Thank you, Catherine. She said my eyes are beautiful. Thank you. Makeup. I'm seeing a therapist so I can feel less weird, said Air Cooled. You know, be weird. Nothing wrong with being weird. I'm weird. I know I'm weird. I don't care. I like being weird. I like being different. I want to be like everybody else. Boring. Who's going to watch everybody else, right? I'm always surprised when I come on here. You know, I scroll through like you guys do. I look at and watch other people. I'm always shocked at some of the things people are putting up because sometimes they're so damn boring. I'm like, who's watching this? You get people like this. Hi, I'm intuitive, and this card says you should heal the ouch. How is that something to watch? Birdie says, I'm adamant my granddad stays on our house stairs. The dog always looks and barks as he shouts. Yeah, it's very possible. That's what you feel? I would say you're right. No, I'm not boring. Matter of fact, I'm annoyingly changing things every 5 seconds. I don't even remember where I do things. You know how like you put something back in the same place all the time? I don't ever do that. I lose stuff. Cindy says, had major surgery. Post-op has been a challenge. Afraid I might lose my job. Should I just retire? Well, first of all, Cindy, I don't know if you know this, but I used to work in HR. And I don't know, every state's a little bit different, but they cannot fire you for being out from being sick. That's against the law. You are protected by the American Disabilities Act, the ADA. So that's not a concern. But if you want to retire, retire. If you can do it, I think you should. Sure, why not? Birdie says, and I smell his smoke. He used to be a heavy smoker. No one lives with smokers. Yeah, that is a very common spiritual smell or odor that people pick up from spirits is cigarette smoke. And the reason people notice it is because 9 times out of 10, they are not smokers. And you can't deny when you smell cigarette smoke. I've had that happen in the past, not recently, but there's been times I've been doing readings for people when I smell it. So yeah, I think you're right, Birdie. I think you should just trust your inklings. I think you're correct. Chelsea says, I desperately need relationship advice. Oh, sweetie. Let me pull a couple cards for you, love. Let's pull a couple cards for you. We're just going to run in with the tarot. Just start out. I have beautiful skin. Thank you. I work very hard to take care of my skin. That's why at 53, I'll look like this. Because I do. I also am pretty good with my makeup. If you see me without makeup, you know I don't look quite so glowy. I got fired for being sick once, says Annette. That's illegal. I did too, and at the time I didn't know it was illegal. But it's illegal. They can't fire you for being sick. Now, they can fill the position if you're gone for a certain amount of time, I believe, because they have to obviously have somebody work that position, but they can't take your job away. They can't fire you. Kayla says, I've had a lot of cigarette smells in my house too, and we don't smoke yet. That's not unusual. All right, I'm going to focus on the gal that asked me about her life. What's my secret? I'll talk about it in a minute. We can talk about that in a minute. I have a few things I do regularly that I think help with my skin a lot. And I've noticed an improvement in my skin in the last couple of years especially. So we'll talk about that. Let's see. Who was asking me about that? I'm sorry. Who was asking me about her relationship advice? Where it is? Oh, there it is. Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea. Sorry about that. It takes me a minute to get situated. All right, Chelsea would like me to pull a few cards because she had a question about her future and her relationship, I guess. You got 4 cards right off the bat. Very interesting, because you start with a king and you end with a queen. So that definitely is about a couple type of a thing. I just want to see something real quick. My views were 111. Oh, cool. I was just backing to make sure I didn't miss anything. You're welcome, Chelsea. Okay. And Chelsea, you wanted to know, it's been 5 years. Oh, wow. Okay. It's been 5 years, you said. I don't know anything else about your relationship. So here we go. Starting out, Chelsea, you did get the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is generally about being very direct, somebody who speaks the truth or gets right to the point and is very communicative about how they feel. Okay, so this is somebody who could even be a little bit bossy, a little bit of an authoritarian, I can't talk. Try it again. Authoritarian sort of attitude, sort of like bossy or controlling, maybe. And then we get the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 energy is usually about like sort of a harmony, flow, and balance, meaning things are going the direction they're supposed to go in. But in this case, I'm looking at this, and this card, I talk about this a lot. The 6 of Pentacles is the juice worth the squeeze? Is one person doing what it takes to show that they want something else, or are they just waiting for it to fall in their lap? So if you look at this dude, he's like, they're both beggars, right? But this guy, his robe looks good, his little cloak, his hair is combed, he's got his hands up, and this guy's giving him money, and he's saying thank you. This guy, his cloak is dirty and has a rip, and his hair is a mess, and he's giving him the scales of justice because he's saying, look, you're not doing enough. And I feel like all of this work and energy you've put into this relationship, Chelsea, is it worth it? Is it worth it? What are you getting? What are you getting out of this? And that's not why we're in relationships, to get something. But it should be symbiotic. You should be both, getting what you need. And it sounds like something's wrong there. So we do have the Magician, which tells me about manifestation. That's the 1 energy, means sort of a new beginning or sort of like a start. And Magician has all the tools in the deck. He's got the cups. He's got the pentacles, the wands, a sword. He's even got a magic wand on top of that. Plus, he's got the infinity Mobius on top of his head. And I feel like he's saying, look, as is above, as is below, it's right in front of you. You know what to do. She says he ghosted me after 6 years. Okay, so then we get the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is about stability, sometimes finance and career, but stability in the home. So Chelsea, look, the dude ghosted you after 6 years. I don't know the situation. I assume he doesn't live with you if he ghosted you or just disappeared. I don't know. But what I want to say to you is, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Wounded Warrior. That is a 9 energy, so that's about resolution. The 9 of Wands. Wands are the only expansive suit of the deck. They grow. You can see there's little branches on there. And he's tired. He's tired of trying so hard. And I feel like it kind of went both ways. I think the other person, Chelsea, was tired of whatever was going on with you guys, and you were tired of it. And you guys just really played it out. And I think he just didn't want to do it anymore. He was just over it. He's like, I don't. And it's not that you aren't wonderful or he didn't care about you. It just feels like he was just tired. It was you guys went round and round. So here's the thing, Chelsea. I know it's hard to let go of something, but he's already told you, he's done you a favor. Okay? He just cut it off. So pull up your big girl panties, and it's time to move forward and worry about you. Take good self-care. Take care of yourself. Don't worry about what he's doing. What he does means nothing to you. All right? Carry on. That's the only advice I can give you on this situation. There really isn't anything for you to do. All right? I'm going to pull one more. I know it's devastating, but you know what? You're choosing to make it devastating. That is one person out of 8.5 billion people that live on this planet. He is not the only one for you, I can tell you right now. And if it was that uncomfortable that he couldn't even talk to you, he just disappeared, you don't want to be with somebody like that, sweetie. Why would you want to be with somebody who treats you that way? I would never do that to somebody. You don't just stop talking to somebody you've been with for 6 years. Fucaw, right? Okay, so I understand you hurt. I'm not taking away the value of your pain. But you know what? It's over. And that's what you have to come down to. It's over. He doesn't want to be with you. May have zero to do with you. It may be his own problem. So please understand that. Last card I pulled up was you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. Okay, and you're like, what does that have to do with it? I think your goal is to feel better. And I think you are close, but you have got to wrap your mind around this. And if this means you've got to go get therapy, if this means you've got to, get a picture of him and throw darts at it, if it means that you have to go through some type of a reset, maybe move or change something in your life drastically to kind of shake things up, then I advise you do it. I've been through, as an adult woman, 3 or 4 major breakups. Okay, like basically I've been in a relationship my entire adult life, like at least with somebody. And, you get over it. And then you get into another relationship that hopefully is even better. And then if it still doesn't work out, then you get it even better and better and better. And that's how it works. You learn. All right, moving on. I don't want to keep belaboring that. Let's see. Your eyes, says Samantha. Nicole says, do you pick up on any spirits in the afterlife for me? Always curious if anyone is waiting for me. I'm not really doing mediumship right this second. We will maybe in a little bit. But here's the thing, Nicole. I always say, here's the thing. Of course, there's people waiting for you or spirits waiting for you. Yeah. Just like they were there when you left. All right. There is no other side, you guys. I just want you to understand that. It's not a physical place because you're not a physical being. But you do recognize spirits of people you knew when you were alive right here. You will recognize spirits from people that you knew in other iterations you may have had, if you had any other lives, which more than likely you did. You will see guides that you don't remember as a human, but when you go back to the place, which isn't a place, but that consciousness, you go, oh, there you are. I remember you now. That's why a lot of times when people have near-death experiences, they see people that they feel are familiar, but they don't remember who they are. Like they're like, I don't know who it was, but I trusted that person. That happened to me. I had a near-death experience when I was 3. And I saw my great-great-grandma Hancha, but I didn't know that's who, or she was great-great-great-grandma Hancha. I didn't know that's who it was. I didn't know who it was. Later on, I found out. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Wait, what's that say? I got some more messages here. I didn't have much family, so always wondered. It doesn't have to be family, sweetie. It doesn't have to be blood relation. If you ever watched Dolores Cannon, and I don't think she's always right, she's passed, but she was very connected to spirit. And one of the things she always talked about was that, we have a lot of preconceived notions that are very human that we want to apply to deceased loved ones. It's not the same. And even if you didn't have family, even if you were just an orphan, you have no clue who your family is. There are still people that you interact with every day in whatever iteration you had, whatever life you lived, that are still part of you. You're still connected. So you do have family. They just may not be family you recognize, but you will when you get there. Let's see. Wow, are your eyes that color or colors for real? They would appear that way, wouldn't they? The thought caught in memory. I missed part of what you said, Randy. I only saw that last part of what you said there, honey. Wow, so special. Yeah. So don't worry. That's all I'm saying. And one of the best things you can do is watch near-death experience stories. That really helps if you're worried about death. And the other thing is there are a lot of mediums and psychics on here, like Pam Sears is one of them, I think she was, who were former nurses, hospice nurses, and they witnessed people passing over and over again. And so many times they have wonderful stories of things that people are dying described to them, like, oh, I see my mother, or I see my husband and my mother and my sister and my dog, or, whatever. And they don't make that stuff up. Yeah. Birdie says, could you please pull some cards for me? I'd really appreciate it. Here's the thing, guys, and I'm not trying to be a poop, but if you're a subscriber, it's only $6, you guys. And that helps me. You gotta understand, I don't really charge for a lot of stuff I do. So if you guys are subscribers, I do appreciate it. I will give you priority as far as pulling cards and all that stuff and answering questions. So just so you know, but I don't really see anybody right now that's a subscriber. I think Samantha Sunshine might be a subscriber. So I'm not sure though. I gotta look here. I'm trying to remember how to tell if you're a subscriber. Hey, Nicole, thank ya for the flower. All right, so some of the things that I've done on my lives is I help people find lost items. That's one thing I do sometimes. Another thing we do is sometimes I pull cards for people, especially my subscribers. So, hey, Lorinda, how are you? There's another medium that I love to death. She is the sweetest. Hi, Sweet Pea. Hey, you guys, follow Lorinda. If you've never seen her, she's amazing. She teaches. She's a reader. She does past lives. She does all kinds of great stuff. And she's beautiful, just to add on to it. I think she's gorgeous. You joined my team. What is that? I don't even know what the team thing is. I'm a little confused about that. Hi, Randy. Thank you. How do you subscribe? I believe there's an icon on here you can tap and allows you to subscribe. I don't even know. I've subscribed to maybe a handful of people myself. I don't even remember how it works. Figure it out. I don't know. I'm not a techie. Oh, you're welcome, Lorinda. Finding lost items? That's awesome, says Nicole. Yeah. So here we go. Maddie starts. I lost a very expensive ring 5 years ago. Still not found it. Okay. So it says, Karen says, tap my name at the top, then hit subscribe at the bottom. There you go. Let's talk about how we do lost items. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Candace. Thank you guys for helping them. Here's what I do. I have to focus on the item. And the way I do it is I get your name and who you are, how I do, readings through the screen. I need to know what it looks like. All right. I got to be able to mentally focus on the item. If you don't tell me what it looks like, you just say, I lost a ring. That does not help me, you guys. That's like typing into Google rings. Like how many results do you think I'm going to get? I need specifics. Okay. So I'm going to show you how this works. Let's say I lost this ring, right? Let's say this ring disappeared. I would say, hey, Miss Molly, I lost a white gold ring with 3 diamonds on it that my father-in-law left in a drawer and my boyfriend found it. And I lost it when I was playing cards at a friend's house. Okay. That way, and it came from my father-in-law and his name is George. Okay. That's what I need. Don't just go, I lost a ring. That helps me not, y'all. I know you don't know, so I'm telling you. Sam says, my sister has eyes like you. So beautiful. Well, thank ya. It's a 9 cluster. There we go. Maddie says it's a 9 cluster diamond ring from John. There you go, Maddie. Thank you. So Maddie's looking for, let me fix this pen. Maddie is looking for a gold ring with 9 cluster diamonds. Ooh, gosh, you must be very special. And you said it's from John. Is John your husband, boyfriend? Who is that? Maddie, if you could please tell me. Sam says, and your eyebrows are so pretty. That's a new one. You're gorgeous and you're glowing, energetic. Oh, golly, you guys are so kind. Sam, I had my eyebrows tattooed about 2 years ago because my hair is kind of light. And so I just kind of follow the microblade lines. That's all I use. And I use powder. Like I use elf eyebrow stuff. So there you go. The elders. Oh, you're talking about the elders. Okay. Cool. I like it. All right. Your fiance. Okay. So that's your fiance. My energy is divine, says Wanda. Thank you, Wanda. I didn't forget about the skin thing. Jen Star. Oh, Jen Star. You're one of the people I think I wrote down. Jen Star, you said you were looking for your ring with diamonds and sapphires from your boyfriend who passed in April. I'm so sorry, honey. What's his first name, please, Jen? Hey, MCB. Hi, Christina. What's his first name, please, Jen? David. That's my brother's name. Okay, Jen, hold on. All right, so starting out, I'm working out with Maddie. But I did write down, Jen, I wrote your name down because I saw you had posted. There you are. Yeah, okay. I see it. Jen Star. I gotcha. Okay, so starting out, though, we are starting out with Maddie. Now, I don't think I have a moderator right now, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. If you are being read for, like Maddie, I'm reading for you right now, please put a green heart when you respond to me so I see it. Because otherwise there's just a whole mass of messages and I got to try to sort through them. So a green heart would help me know if you're responding to me. So Maddie, I'm going to go ahead and do a breathing exercise that brings me into the alpha waves so I can remotely work on viewing your ring that's missing, the 9 cluster. Maddie, do you remember the last time you saw or wore it? Kelsey, you're next after Jen. I saw you, Jen. I mean, Kelsey. Sherry, I think I saw something of yours too. Okay, so I can only do one person at a time, you guys. So if you're putting up like I lost this or I want this or I can't do it. I'm doing one person. So again, Maddie, if you're here, I just want to know how long ago do you think that you lost or do you remember what you were doing when you think you noticed it was gone? That's probably a better way of saying it. And if you can't answer me, that's okay. Hi, Gingy. Sam, you can moderate for me? Really, all I need you to do is just kind of control all the noise. You know, there's just a lot going. Yes, in your bedroom. Okay, so you think it's in your house. All right, I'm going to let Sam moderate for me. Hold on, I'm going to just add her. Hold on, Sam. I'm going to get you as a moderator. Okay, you're in. So real quick, Sam, I rarely block or kick people out unless they're being extremely rude. And if they're spamming, I just shut them off for a few seconds, you know, like for a minute or something. But that's all I do. But if you could tell people what we're doing as they come in and explain what's going on, I would love that, Sam. And I will give you a reading as a gift for helping me. Appreciate it. So back to Maddie. Maddie. I love that name. All right, Maddie, I'm going to focus. Again, I'm going to bring my brain down to those alpha waves by doing some breathing technique you are welcome to do with me. Anybody watching, you can do this at any time when you're just trying to relax, you're trying to center yourself, but also if you're going to do psychic work, even for yourself. If you were trying to find something yourself, you could try this. So first you're going to breathe in through your nose. You're going to hold it. And when you breathe out, I want you to visualize the number 3 times in your mind as you're breathing out of your mouth. And you're also going to say 3 in your mind. So like this. 3, 3, 3. Now I'm going to do it with the number 2. Now the number 1. All right. Gold ring with 9 cluster diamonds from John, lost in your bedroom. Okay. It's caught in something fabric, first off. It's caught in something fabric. That's what I got right away. I can't talk. And I don't think the situation is one where like you were taking something off and it caught on it. I don't think that's what happened. I believe that it fell off something, like you put it, I feel like you put it on your vanity or something, or dresser, and it fell off. But in falling off, it fell into, I want to say a sock. I know it sounds weird, but like a sock or some piece of clothing. And then later, I feel like you picked it up and like threw it in the drawer, threw it in the laundry, and that's where it went. And then you haven't seen it since because you didn't know where to look. So my advice to you would be, think back at that time 5 years ago. Where were you putting your laundry? Look in your drawers in case it's still inside that piece of material. But I want to say it's a sock. That's what it feels like to me. And it's not like it's going to be in the sock, right? It's just like sort of on the sock, like attached or something. I don't know the last time you sorted through your clothes or whatever, but that's what I would look through every single item of clothing you have. I know that sounds like duh. Well, if you deep clean, you're going to probably find it, but I'm sure you've looked. please, please, please pull the clothes apart, really look inside them, be really thorough. Let me know when you find it. Now, here's what I tell people about paying me for this. This is why I don't do it privately. It's very hard to, I see Birdie. I'm jotting your name down, Birdie. I'll be with you in a minute. It's very hard for me to charge for this because if you don't find it, then you paid me and you didn't find anything, right? But if you do find it, what's it worth to you? So the way I have you guys pay me is 2 ways. One is I really appreciate a testimonial video. It doesn't have to be long. It's just like, hey, Molly found my pen. I'm so excited. Da, da, da. You see them. They're on my profile. You can look at them. There's examples. That's the first thing. The second thing you can do, what's it worth to you? You want to pay me to find your item? Like, I find something that's valuable to you. What would you pay somebody to find your item? I have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal in my link tree. If you want to show me appreciation, whatever you think it's worth. I will not be offended if it's $2. I won't be offended if it's $200. Whatever you feel comfortable, do it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Okay? So it's up to you. So Maddie, that is my advice to you. Let me know. Okay. Then we got Jen Starr. She lost a ring with diamonds and sapphires from her boyfriend, David, who unfortunately passed away in April. I'm so sorry, honey. Now, David could possibly come through during this. That does happen on occasion when I'm doing this, just so you know. I hope that's all right. You are welcome, Maddie. I am so excited that you will find it. I know you will. All right, here we go. Jen's looking for her ring with the sapphires and diamonds. Okay, so Jen, do you remember the last time you saw it? Because was it after he passed? That's my question. Hey, 7. 3-4 weeks ago, so recent. Okay, and he just passed in April, so I can understand that would be very upsetting. Okay, I got you. Because that's one of the things you had from him. I'm just trying to focus on it, sweetie. So David, if you're here and you want to help by giving me some imagery or some information to help her find that ring, she's really looking for it. Obviously it's important to her now that you're gone. She would really like to have it. If you could please either come through and tell her where it is or give me some visions or some ideas of where it might be. Please, David. God, I'm really having a hard time picking this up. Jen, did you go get a manicure or something? Yeah, Sam. Sometimes when I can't pick it up, it's because it's been stolen. I don't want to say that because I don't know yet. I'm still trying to kind of feel it out. But Sam says she feels like it's stolen. I kind of wondering, not stolen. That's not the word I would use, but somebody else found it. And I also explained this to you guys. Sometimes if an item has been rehomed, we'll say, like somebody else got it and took it home with them, it has a new energy and it's hard for me to connect. So that could be why I'm having a hard time. And I still would like confirmation though that that's actually what happened. So you didn't get a manicure. Okay. I know that was a stupid question. I wasn't asking that from a psychic perspective. I was just asking. I'm just not picking it up, sweetie. Yes, so I'm not picking it up, Jen. Let me try something really quick. I've never done this, but I'm going to give it a go. And every time I say I've never done this, it ends up working. Maybe it fell out of your purse and someone got it. No, I don't think so. I don't feel that. All right, right here. All right, we got the 8 of Swords. That's pretty. It just flew right out. 8 of Swords. Look at her. She's blindfolded, but it's right there. Like she could literally pull these off. She could pull. There's swords all around her. I feel like it's right in front of you. This is kind of what it's saying to me. It's right in front of you, like you're standing right there and you don't see it. So I don't think it was stolen. I think it's right in front of you. That's why I'm not seeing it, because it's almost obvious. I know that's weird. Are you still using that same purse? Because I just feel like it's right in front of you. So almost like, yeah, check the line of your purse, but I don't think it's in the purse. I think you're correct on that. I almost wonder if you're not using that purse anymore. Look wherever you store the purse. So like if you throw it on the closet floor or you have a bin with your purses or whatever, I would look there, because I feel like it's like right there. Like literally you don't even have to dig. Like you're going to just like go, oh, it's right there. I did that today. I did that. I had a sponge in my bathtub that was brand new, and I realized I needed a sponge in the kitchen, because sometimes I'll clean the shower while I'm in there. But it was a brand new sponge. So I'm like, I need this. So I threw it on the sink while I was in the shower, and I forgot about it. Okay. And then later on, I'm like, oh, where's that sponge? I looked everywhere. I kept walking in the bathroom, walking in the kitchen, walking in the bathroom. Where the fuck's the sponge? Right. Finally, I just gave up. I said, I don't know what the hell I did with it. I guess I'll find it. I go in the bathroom, I sit down to pee, and I turn and I look, and somehow when I threw it out of the shower, it landed on the sink, but it landed literally like, if this is the sponge, it landed like this, upright. I don't know how I did that. I literally like threw it out of the shower. I didn't even look. It landed upright on the counter. So I'm looking for a sponge laying on its side, right? But it was up like this. So that's what I'm saying. It's like weird like that. Like it's like right there. You didn't lose it. I'm telling you, you wouldn't lose that. No way. So let me know. All right. Cool. All right. Kelsey, what can I do for you? Kelsey, you just got a subscription, which means you have a choice. I can pull 3 cards. I can look for a lost item, or I can give you a song, a mediumship song, which is another thing I do, you guys, musical mediumship. So what I do with that is you ask me and I give you a song that I think has a message for you. Now, I did upload a playlist with all of the songs from the last couple of days that I could remember. It's on my Spotify. So if you go in my link tree in here and you go to the very bottom, there's like the Spotify logo, just tap on it. It'll take you right to the playlist. And it's such a weird array of songs, but it's more the lyrics I want you to pay attention to, okay? Jen, thanks for subscribing, love. I appreciate that so much. All right, working on Kelsey. Are you still here, sweetie? Kelsey, give me a green heart and let me know what you were interested in doing. There she is. I was going to say 3-card pull, but mediumship song sounds fun. That's entirely up to you. Which would you prefer? I appreciate you too, Jen. Hey, Diva Girl. Hey, girl. Diva Girl, you posted some gorgeous pictures today on Instagram. Wow, you look amazing. Just want you to know that. Hey, Sam subscribed. Right on, Sam. She's my moderator too. You didn't have to subscribe, honey, but thank you. She even purchased the auto renewal. You rock, girl. All right, so I am working with you on a song. Okay, Kelsey gets a song, which I will add to the playlist, okay? Because sometimes people are like, I don't even know that song. That's why I did the playlist. All right, let me focus on you for a second, Kelsey. I got a very strange song. I got, right before I even barely closed my eyes, I got Shoot the Runner by Casbian, I think is their name. Kasbian, Shoot the Runner. Don't know why that song came up, but I will put it on the playlist for you in case you don't know it. But otherwise you can look it up and let me know what the lyrics say. I only know like the song, like the name of the song, and I remember like the melody. I know zero about the lyrics. So it'll be interesting to see what that tells you. All right. Very cool. You're welcome. Oh, you wanted 3 cards. Oh, you wanted the 3 cards. Oh, shit. Okay, well, we'll do that too. Sorry about that. I didn't see that part. I didn't scroll fast enough. All right, 3-card pull. Do you want Oracle or Tarot? Oh, I got Tarot in my hand. That's what we'll do. Tarot tends to be a little more involved, but we'll go for it. All right, Kelsey wanted 3 cards. All right. Sorry about that. You got a song too. Lucky you. And then I've got Birdie's next, and then Sam. So think about what you'd like me to work on for you, and we'll go from there. All right, spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Whoa, that card flipped itself over. Oh, 2 cards flipped themselves over. Excellent. Oh, nice. All right, you got 3 cards. Right there. Whoa, what's going on with you, Kels? what's going on, but I mean, just from first glance at these cards, Kelsey, this looks like maybe a recent, either a breakup, a split of some sort. I don't know. It may not be a relationship. It could be work. It could be a friend, but there's definitely something that happened recently that kind of was like Fucaw. Like you were like, what? We started with the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight card is a very slow moving card. It's the slowest card in the deck. And he's holding this coin in front of him. And the coins represent career, finance, stability, those sorts of things. Sometimes stability in the home, safety, feeling safe, secure. And he's just sitting there holding this coin. And in the background are these fields that he has planted, but they haven't sprouted yet. There's a lot of potential there. Okay. But I feel like it's at a standstill. We then get the Five of Cups. And so, by the way, Kelsey, yeah, keep giving me your green heart so I can see what you said. Oh, Amber says, after I watched you last week, I had a song come to me that brought me some amazing synchronicity. That's cool. Okay, let me see where we are on this, Kelsey. Did you say anything yet, Kelsey, to me? I didn't see anything from you. It's okay, thanks. I'm breaking up. That's weird. Okay. You guys know I do post these the next day on my YouTube, so you can watch these later, okay? Anyways, back to Kelsey. If you're there, sweetie, let me know how this is going for you. Not yet. First card lines. Okay. So in this case, when you look at this, the 5 energy is about things are changing. And the cups represent love, relationships, partnerships. That's why I said I feel like this is some kind of a split, like either leaving work, leaving a friendship, leaving a relationship, maybe even leaving a belief is even possible. But it feels like a person to me. So you see, he's looking at these 3 spilled cups. Those cups represent also fulfillment, so disappointment kind of a feeling. But if he just turns around, look at there's 2 more cups. There's more to come. There's more good stuff. There's more happiness around the corner, but he's got to turn around. You also notice there's this water right here. Water represents emotion. He's still really stuck in emotion. I feel like you're still very stuck in the emotion, which is why it's hard for you to move on. That's why you were at sort of this stuck sort of feeling. 3 of Swords, you can see what this is. Heartbreak. Disappointment, sometimes guilt, feeling like this didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I'm not happy about this, right? But the blast card you get is Queen of Cups. That's a really good ending card for you. Queen of Cups, cups are love, relationships, connection to your emotions. If you look, her robe is made out of water. Remember I said water is emotion. You see it cascading down. This is, you're getting more in touch with your emotions and you're starting to understand more about who you are. And I feel like you are starting to become sort of glowing up. I don't want, not necessarily the way you look, but the way you treat yourself, the way you speak about yourself, the way you think about yourself. You catch yourself when you're putting yourself down. You catch yourself when you let people walk on you. You're starting to set boundaries. And that is what I want to see. I'm very proud of you, Kelsey. She says, over last month, I literally feel like I split from my past and stepped into a new identity. Yes, you did. You absolutely did. Keep going. Keep going. And you catch yourself going back to the old Kelsey, come back into the new Kelsey, because guess what? The new Kelsey is the real Kelsey, not new. That's the authentic Kelsey. And you're awesome. I know that. Kevin, please, my future with my husband. Oh, honey, I'm working with somebody else right now. Kelsey says, this fully aligns. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Stasha says, I know it's not much to anybody to find pictures, but it's world to me. Of course it is, honey. Look, I don't ever discount what people are. I've had people ask me to find guitar picks, lucky guitar picks. You know how much a guitar pick costs? Like less than $1. Okay, I play guitar. I can tell you it's not a big deal. But, you know, musicians, I've been asked to find pets, which, you know, sometimes works. I've been asked to find lucky pens. I mean, so, okay. So Birdie's been waiting patiently. Birdie, you wanted me to do something for you today as a subscriber. You don't have to. I can pull a few cards. I can find a lost item, or I can find a song for you. What would you like, Birdie? And give me a green heart so I see you, honey. Hi, Marianne. Birdie, where are you, girl? There you are. Name's Emily. 3 cards. Sure, you bet, Emily. I love that name. Emily. All right, 3 cards for you. I'm gonna pull oracle cards for you, love, today. I feel like you need oracle cards, not tarot. Hi, Mary Ann. Ooh, that card came up the other day too during a reading. Interesting. I'll pull from this one. These cards, okay. See how I do it? Just whatever I feel like. Melinda, hello. Good to see you too. Right on. All right, you got some interesting cards here. You got, these are two different decks I'm using. This one, it came from my friend Corinda. She was just on here earlier yesterday. You got Beware. Number 3. 3 is about expansion and growth. This says Beware. It says be careful who you trust at this time. Okay, now that doesn't mean something bad's going to happen to you. We always automatically go to the negative. It's just saying be aware of who you trust. Don't tell everybody everything. You don't have to tell everybody everything. I have a terrible habit of telling way too much, as you might have noticed. You don't have to tell everybody everything. Think before you speak. There's a reason for that. I just kind of feel like you're always coming from the right place, but you get misunderstood sometimes. And I think that's why you need to be a little careful who you talk to. All right, next we get Ghostlands, 17 energy. The 1 and the 7. The 1 is about new beginnings. The 7 is about a connection to your higher self. Ghostlands to me usually means that you've kind of been holding back a little bit, not being very social, kind of not really communicating as much as you used to with people. Okay. For whatever reason you've withdrawn. That's the term I'm using. And then we get the 7 into the unknown. 7 energy again, you've got it twice now. 7 is about your connection to spirit, your connection to your higher self. You said it's lost connect. I missed it. Birdie, don't worry about it. I always repost these. Okay, so don't sweat it. You can watch it on my YouTube channel, Miss Molly Knows on YouTube. But what I was saying is you got to beware saying don't say too much. Learn to not, you don't have to tell everybody everything. Know who to trust. And then we got the Ghostlands. I said that I feel like you've been withdrawn and you've kind of kept to yourself for a while now. You've kind of been like not socializing the way you used to. But then we get into the unknown, number 7. And I feel like you've got this sense of something's changing, but you can't put your finger on it. And you've just been feeling this overall nervousness lately. A lot of people have. You're not the only one. I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card just to kind of give us a resolution. Yeah. And let's see what this says. You got your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay. So what that's telling me is dreams that you may have abandoned, things that you aspired to do or have that you let go of. This is saying it's time to give it a little bit more. Give it a little more, even if you're scared, even if it's foreign. So if it's always been your dream to start a baking business, let's say you love to bake cupcakes and you want to start you've always talked about it, you always thought about it, you used to watch the shows on cupcakes. This might be the time for you to go ahead and pursue it, even if it's just a small step in the right direction. Okay. Take one step is what I'm telling you. That's how you kick it off. That's how the universe starts going, oh, you want that? Okay. Right. The connection's bad. Mine looks fine. Thank you for the flowers. That was cute. My connection's fine. So I don't know. I'm sorry for that. But like I said, I will upload this later. And, I think last night or the night before we had some problems too. And the upload was perfect. There was no problem. So Kelsey says she's doing fine. Yeah, everybody's different. So, if you have to jump out and come back, that's totally cool. Don't worry about it. All right. I'll still be here for a bit. I'm not going to stay on super, super long. But, the other night, I think it was last night, I was on like 2 hours. Good Lord. CJ says, but why do you have so many filters on? I'd like to see people natural when they're telling people. What filter are you talking about? I don't have a filter on. No filter. Look. This is me. Up close. Wrinkles. No filter. Now, I do have theater makeup on because I have a theater background and a cosmetology background, and I am an expert in putting my makeup on. Okay, so that's part of it. I use contour and I use highlighter. I use primer and all the things that you see them advertise, I use to put my makeup on. And yes, I look good for 53. There's no doubt. The tan is partial real and partial fake. I'm very transparent. I don't have a problem telling you guys that. I use Tanology, has a serum that I mix in with my moisturizer, and I put it on every other day, and that's why I look tan. But I also usually live in Florida, and I just spent the last month at the beach, so that was part of it. Skin routine. Okay, we're gonna talk about that for a minute. Did I already help everybody? I think I still owe Sam and Emily, right? Who cares about a filter? Hey, and you guys, there's some videos on here where I don't look so great. Trust me. So, all good. Oh, you want to talk about NASA, huh? Okay, we'll talk about that too. I can only do so many things at a time. I bought a boat. I got a boat. I'll be on the boat in the next few weeks. You'll see. All right, so let me get back on track, and then we'll talk about my skin. All right, and then we'll talk about UFOs. It won't take long, I promise. Don't leave. Don't leave. Okay, it'll be good. All right, Sam, I'm gonna pull your 3 cards, honey. Let's pull from my other tarot deck. I love this deck. This is my favorite. Rome Choi. Nikki. So I'm going to do that. And then I think Emily was next. And then we'll go ahead and I'll talk a little, just for a minute about skin. And we can do, we'll do a live one night that's just a beauty live. How about that? And that way the guys that don't want to watch this or the women that don't want to watch this are like, they don't have to. Because really they're not here to learn about my skin, right? They want to know more about what I'm doing. All right. So again, my subscribers get priority and get cards or find an item or a song. That's how this works. Okay. So yeah, but I will give you a quick little rundown. So, okay, here we go. This is for Sam. All right. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energy. That's how I sage, by the way, you guys. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. If you're an intuitive, this is a great way to sage your space as you're working, rather than having to burn something every single time. This is just my technique. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Oh, wow. Did you see that? 3 cards for Sam. Ha, that's funny. We got one of the same cards we had in a different deck. All right, starting out, Sam, you have the 9 of Cups. 9 energy is about resolution. 9 of Cups very clearly shows you that she has 4 cups that are hers and there's 5 cups that are not. So this is about balancing your energy. You don't give away every single cup you have. As a matter of fact, you don't allow anybody to take up the majority of your energy. All right. I feel like you tend to give away your time too much. Okay. I feel like you tend to, like you're doing even here, and I appreciate it. Don't take it the wrong way. But what I'm saying to you, Sam, is you're always volunteering to help. And that's beautiful. I'm the same way. But you know what? That hurts us after a while because people go, oh, I'll just ask her. She'll help. And nobody ever helps you. Not cool. So we then get the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is about feeling secure, feeling solid. He's very wise with his money. He's very pragmatic. And if you look, he's wearing a robe covered in grapes. All right, grapes represent perfection, like getting just the right formula, right? Because to get really good grapes, you got to have really good soil. And this is about having a really good, strong foundation. So what I feel like this is telling me is you're going to need to start setting a few boundaries, because what, interestingly enough, here you get the Queen of Pentacles right next to the King of Pentacles. That doesn't happen very often. Now, I don't know if you're already in a relationship, but this is showing a definite strong bond here. So if you're married or you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you guys have been in a long relationship, this person will support you in this situation. Okay, this is you. See? Okay, so this person is going to give you that support you need to be able to say no. So when it comes down, and this may not be a boyfriend or a husband, it even could just be like a really close friend or boyfriend or friend, female, could be female. Somebody very close to you that you depend on, right? And this person, when you can go to them and say, hey, I was asked to do this. Do you think I should help? Like, let them help you filter out what's worth your time. Because I think you have a hard time being objective about yourself. Because you just want to help everybody. And that's beautiful. I love that about you. But it's a problem. All right. Lastly, though, we get the sun. I love that that shows up for you. That is clarity. All right. And that is, it makes sense now. So I think that don't be afraid to ask other people, like, do you think I'm being like silly by saying I don't want to do this? It's okay to say no. I have learned to say no. You just say, no, thanks. I don't get mad when people tell me no. I just say, oh, okay. Don't do it personally. Not your reading. That was for Sammy. All right, Emily. Emily, you still here? And then we're going to jump into some other stuff. Emily, you here, mama? Give me a green heart. Tell me what you want. Do you want a lost item found? Do you want a song, a mediumship song, or would you like some cards? You're welcome, Sam. Hey, Karen, thank you. Thank you. Hiya. 111 viewers, yay! That means we're on the right path, everybody. What happened to my friend Emily, the subscriber? Oh, that was Emily. You're right. Yes, Melinda. I know. Me too. All right. You're right. I'm so silly. See what happens? That's why I need a moderator. Because I can't remember. I'm old, you know. All right. Moving on. You want to know about my skin? I don't want to get too far into it because I don't lose people, but I will tell you quickly. First of all, Lawson said, oh my God, last 24 hours, I've heard grape so many different ways. And then you said it, I saw grape in front. That's funny. That's funny because I don't always bring up the grapes either. Oh, I came up on your For You. That's cool. Thought that was Sam. No. Yeah, I did for Sam. All right. Okay, so skin questions real quick. So first of all, I take a lot of nutritional supplements that I think help. And specifically, I take Beverly Hills MD has a supplement that has collagen, saw palmetto, and a few other things. I've been taking that for about a year, and I did notice it did make me look younger in some way, I think. The other thing I do is I use one of those things that has the 2 electrodes that you use to sort of tone your face. Like it kind of makes your muscles contract. I've been using one of those for about a year, and I've definitely noticed, especially in my jowly areas here, a big difference. Yeah, so there's that. I do a lot of stuff, you guys. I also really don't sunbathe normally. Even when I'm at the beach, that's why my face is a little lighter than my body. I tend to wear a hat, or I tend to wear sunscreen. I don't like sunscreen. I don't believe in sunscreen anymore. And I used to be a skincare person. I was really into it. I think shade is the best thing you can do. When you start feeling like you're getting too much sun, get out of the sun. That's what I think. Personal opinion. And skin cancer does run in my family. Hi, Nikki. I'm going to pull something for you in just a second. Let me finish what I'm talking about, and I'll get to you. Okay? Think about what you want, Nikki. So there's that. I also, you guys are going to laugh. The men watching are going to be like, what? I shave my face. I do. It's called dermaplaning, but it's shaving. I buy those little bikini razors and about 2 or 3 times a week, and make sure you clean them and you throw them out after about a week. You don't want to keep them because they'll get bacteria in them. I just lightly exfoliate my face with a razor. I shave everything. I scrape dead skin off my face. So it's like, what do you call it? Dermablading. It's like, it's just a physical form of exfoliation rather than doing a chemical peel. So that's what I do. Yeah, see, a lot of other people do it too. It's an old trick a lot of women do. And I have a friend, her name is Sue, and she's got to be like, I think 75. Her skin almost looks like this. I mean, she looks amazing. Okay, that. I use hyaluronic acid. I use a really good moisturizer by Willetta called Skin Food. Stuff is amazing. The Skin Food is great. And I use the nighttime formula both day and night. I don't even use it just for night. It's pretty rich, but it's all natural, and I really like my skin plumps up a lot. I use Bioessence under eye, and the rest of it's just like makeup. And I have one makeup hack I'm going to tell you guys. You're not going to believe it when I tell you what I used as my primer. And it really, I've gone and bought the most expensive primers. I used to work at Sephora at one point. I've bought the least expensive primers. There's brands I love, like e.l.f. has really great primer. I'm a total primer person. But yeah, water's one, eating right. But the other thing, you guys, if I tell you what I use, you're not going to believe it. Okay. I forgot what I was going to tell you. Oh, what I use for my primer. God, I'm so spaced out. I need some water. Hold on. That's why I'm having a hard time. Thirsty. Give me a sec. Amy just said drink water. You're right. Okay, here's the other thing. Not a lot of sugar. Sugar really is not good for your skin. I'm telling you, I break out. Like I get these weird like dry patches on my face. But there is a product, and then after this, we're talking UFOs, and I have a reading for Nikki. So, Monistat, the company that makes the yeast infection stuff. Okay, no, I'm not advising you to do this. Oh, nope, just said it. I use anti-chafing gel. Monistat has an anti-chafing gel that I am telling you guys, look, it's like glass. And the way I figured that out was I bought it because when I was heavier, and I used to be quite large, my legs would rub together under my dresses if I didn't wear pantyhose, and it hurt me. You know, I'd get a rash. And so I started using that. One day I'm like feeling it, going like, this stuff is awesome. And I was working at Sephora at the time, and I looked at this very expensive primer I had, and I looked at the ingredients, and then I looked at the ingredients on that Monistat. It's the same stuff, you guys. So I thought, pfft. So that's what I use. You use about, like about this much on your finger and just spread all. Don't get it in your eyes. Don't get it in your mouth. So that's what I use. That's just a short little version. Yeah. I don't know if it's good for your skin in the sense that like it is a chemical, but I don't know. And a lot of times I just use coconut oil. I use coconut oil. I wash my face with either Lubriderm or Aveeno or whatever. And I use coconut oil to take my eye makeup off. I know, right, Michelle? Michelle says, never have I been excited by a Mossop product until now. I guess I should probably put it on here as an Amazon thing, right? Because I would make money from that, right? Anyway, moving on. Nikki, did you want cards, Nikki? Did you want a song, or do you want me to find a lost item for you? And then we're going to talk about UFOs. Yeah, you guys are so cute. You guys trust me enough to put vaginal stuff on your face? Go for it. You want cards? Sure. Let's do tarot for you. Okay, Nikki. Let's give these a shuffle. These cards are hard for me to shuffle sometimes. They're kind of newer, and they're a little bit stiff. But see what I mean? They just flew everywhere. All right, that's a good enough shuffle, I think. Flew everywhere. Got hair in my mouth. Okay. All right, let's do it. Also, the other thing that makes me look so healthy is the light. The light ring helps. Because look, watch. I just want to show you. I turn that down. Wait, well, now you can't see me. Now I look. Not as good, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. What can I say? All right, this is for Nikki. Nikki, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Cards for Nikki today. Anything will help Nikki moving forward on her journey, on her path. Are my lights still on? Okay, just make sure they're still on. Kelly, you'll be next, sweetie. Kelly. Whoop. Kelly. Nikki, I'm working on Nikki right now. Whoops, that card I thought was going to fly out. Oh, there we go. Got some. Cards are just, now they're flipping around. I'm leaving this one upside down. I think it's going to be the clincher of the whole thing, maybe. Kelly, I'll get to you in just a second, sweetie. Okay. All right. I'm doing this, then Kelly, then we're talking UFOs, and then I'll take some more if subscribers want to do. How do I run my list, Molly? Taz, I don't really have a list per se. I just kind of glance up and if something grabs me. But if somebody's a subscriber, which is only $6, I definitely give you. If you subscribe today, you get a choice. You get 3 cards. You can have a lost item found or a song, a mediumship song. And believe me, the mediumship songs are not hokey. You'd be surprised. All right. So this was for Nikki. Nikki, immediately you got the Chariot. That is of the 7 energy. That is a connection to your higher self. The Chariot is all about focusing forward on the future, staying focused. Do not get off track. Melinda. Oh, okay, Melinda. I didn't forget about you, sweetie. Okay, I wrote you down too. All right. And this is, you got to push through the difficulty to get to the good stuff. We already know this. It's not something psychic. I'm just telling you. But this is determination, concentration, focus. Chariot. Okay. Then we get the King of Cups in reverse. And this is something where, like the emotions are kind of immature, we'll say. Cups are usually love, relationships, partnerships. And I think that this has to do with just sort of, how do I say this? Kind of not acting like a baby anymore. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to be mean. I've had to come to this terms too. Sometimes we tend to be immature emotionally. Like the way we respond to things, maybe not always the best thing, right? So that's something that you might want to think about is how do you emotionally respond to things sometimes? And maybe like, don't just trigger yourself. Like anytime something happens, don't just, because that's what I do. Drives my boyfriend crazy. Okay. I don't even get him a chance to finish what he's saying sometimes because I just automatically, so try to give yourself a count of like 3 before you respond is what I'm going to say, because I think this is really important because then we get the 8 of Cups also in reverse. Again, cups, relationships, love, that kind of thing. And he's walking away from these cups. And in reverse to me, now reverse doesn't always mean opposite. Let me just start like that. But it is an 8 energy, which says you need to start taking some action as soon as you can. You need to start doing this right away. You also, I feel like you're looking for something bigger and better. And that because you've tried that before, you've been super disappointed and you've kind of like, it's like you kind of half-ass start things. And I think this might have to do with the maturity thing. Like you give up too quickly. Like you don't allow yourself to make a mistake. You got to make mistakes. How are you going to learn? You can't, jump on a motorcycle and suddenly drive across the country if you've never ridden a motorcycle. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have an accident or fall over or run out of gas or, break a shifting, rod or something. It doesn't all just go perfectly the first time. And sometimes even when you're good at something you do, there's going to be, times where it just doesn't go right? So that's what I want you to give yourself some more grace, is I guess what I'm trying to put down for you. Then you get the 10 of Swords, also in reverse. And some people call this like the dead horse, being the dead horse card. Some people think this means that you've been betrayed or stabbed in the back. I don't really see it that way. Swords are the truth, communication, ideas. In this case, I think that you are recovering from a big disappointment. And that's part of the reason why you're having a hard time kind of stepping out of your own way. Right? Recovering from something that really just sucked. And you tried 100 ways to Sunday to fix this situation. I think it might have been a relationship. Cannot tell for sure, but something you've been trying to make better or to work out or to figure out. Sometimes you got to know when it's just time to say enough. I'm not saying lose focus. I'm saying focus on things that are going to pay off for you, not things that you've already shown are dead in the water. And that, my dear, is your reading. Nice. All right. That was for Miss Kelly, or for Nikki, excuse me. And then Kelly, Melinda, and Debbie. So, and mindfulness. Now, I may not get to all of you guys tonight. I'm doing the best I can. If I don't, I haven't forgotten you. I will be on again tomorrow. So I'll get you then. So don't get upset if I didn't read to you, okay? I won't forget you. If you're a subscriber, you're gold. You'll get there. All right, so Kelly is next. Kelly, what did you want today? Did you want cards, lost item? Mostly every day, most of the time, yeah. Around 8 or 9 o'clock, usually. Are you there? Are you there, Kel? Kelly, my new subscriber, give me a green heart and tell me what you like. Nikki says, greatly appreciate you and everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. Oh, you're welcome, Nikki. Kelly says, I'll have 3 cards. You bet. Ooh, we're going to go into some oracle cards for you. I love it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Pulling 3 cards from random decks here. Ooh, I wonder what that is. And we'll go with this one. All right, my dear. Kelly. Buffy says, I've been through this with my brother. Grief comes in waves. Be patient with yourself. That's a nice thing to say, Buffy. You're right. Thanks for giving her that information. Rolling on. Okay, for Kelly, you got the white stag protector. That is your spirit animal characteristic to look at today. You are a protective person. You are loyal and you will stick up for people. It says you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. You sound pretty awesome. There's some awesome sauce there, Miss Kelly. All right. Along with that, you got amber. My favorite stone or gem or crystal or whatever. I mean, it's sap, but whatever you want to call it. Mineral, whatever. Amber is the color of her energy. Uh-oh. Okay. So, amber's when you're trying to just bring happiness and sunshine and warmth into your life. Recharging yourself with good vibes, good energy. This is when you need like a hug from the universe, right? Feeling that cuddly warmth. You've been feeling disconnected for some time now, a little bit outside of yourself. Now it's time to come home, come back to you. Okay, stop being an observer, be you, be in your body. Wow, this makes sense. The last card I got was balanced spirituality and practicality. Okay, so this card does talk about your intuitive self. So you're obviously, you got some intuitive ability. Everybody does, but yours is a little more than most. You are an older soul, and it does feel like it's saying to you, like, you need to connect back to your spirituality. Not go crazy, not overdo it. Don't go out and like buy 100 crystals and, all this stuff, but start listening to your gut again. Start listening to those urges. Like you're driving down the street and you go, I just wonder what that restaurant's like. Go in there. If you think, I just thought about my friend I haven't talked to in a while, call her, text her, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Start listening to those little nudges. That is your read. Now you don't have to buy amber if you don't want it, but if that is what your spirit guides are saying, that type of energy is what you need right now. Awesome. Yay, Kelly. All right, Melinda, Debbie, and Mindfulness, you guys will be next, but we're going to take a break for the people that have been waiting. They want to talk about UFOs. So let's do that. What would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about the UFOs? Would you like me to give you my opinion about something specific? Some specific question you have about the topic? About NASA's hearing the other day? About the congressional hearing the other day? About the Mexican hearing the other day? About something you hear or know or experienced? Go for it. Mama Lita says, why do I constantly feel a presence behind me? Because there's probably a presence behind you. That's probably why. Something or someone is looking out for you for whatever reason. So you need to ask it. I would do it the next time you feel that. Say, I feel you. I know you're here. Could you identify yourself or let me know who you are in a clear and gentle way? Clear and gentle way. Make sure you say it that way. Okay. Let me know. So, you guys want to talk about UFOs, but nobody's saying anything. Hello. All right. I'll do some more readings if that's what's going to happen, because I can't just sit here. So, Melinda, you're next. Melinda, the new subscriber. What did you have in mind today? You want to hear everything? Well, that's kind of... okay. Melinda, you still here, doll? All right, so I posted... Oh, that's too bad. Oh, here she is. Here she is. Hi, Melinda. You wanted some cards. Okay, let's pull some cards for you, love. I'm feeling these cards. I haven't used these in a while. And these cards are funny. Every time I feel... Okay, we'll talk about that. I'm going to pull 3 cards for Michelle, and then we're going to talk about the NASA report, and we're going to talk about the kinds of aliens. Perfect. Thank you for doing that. I was starting to say, I found these cards at a thrift store in Florida, and they were brand new, never been used. And for some bizarre reason, every time I'm doing this, at some point they'll like basically say, use me. Have you seen Kelly the Magical Medium's little boy? Yes. Yes, fine, Phil. He is awesome. I love him. Actually, I think I reshared a video he was in. I might have. I think it was on Instagram, though. Yeah, I know you're talking about. All right. So, gosh, Melinda, this is awesome. You got the world, girl. This is a great starting card. This could indicate travel coming up or just the idea that you have a lot of options open to you right now. We're going to continue into this. Aren't these cards cool? I just love them. They're kind of medieval looking. Then you got the 5 of Wands. Now, 5s are generally about some type of a conflict or change in energy. Wands are your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your passions, things you're trying to manifest. So it feels like, I feel like you've been trying to arrange some type of vacation or a trip, and that stuff keeps cock-blocking you. Sorry to use that term, but it's just been like you've been trying and like just stuff keeps stopping you from going, whether it be health or a schedule or work or a relative or what. There's just stuff keeps getting in your way is what I feel. And then we get the Page of Pentacles, which Pentacles are usually money, finance, career, stability in the home. And I feel like money is part of the reason, that it's just expensive to travel and you're trying to figure out a way to work it out, but you really desperately need this break. Oh, that's you. You said absolutely divorce. Okay, that makes sense. Make sure you put a green heart so I see you, okay? But then we get the 4 of Swords. 4s are about stability, safety, feeling, healing. A lot of healing is involved with the 4, so I'm not surprised. Swords are communication, ideas, and the truth. So obviously you're going through a healing phase. You just got a divorce. But I still think you need to take this trip. So what I'm going to say to you is I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and I want you to write down 100 different ways that you could get to take this trip, even silly ways. We're going to talk about UFOs in just a second. So for example, what are some ways you can get a trip? Obviously you could pay for it. Obviously you could earn money, save money, sell something, But maybe there's other ways. Maybe you could go on a peacekeeping mission, or maybe you could volunteer to go do something somewhere where you want to go to help out and they will pay for your trip. Or maybe you have a friend who might want to pay for your trip because they have a lot of money and they want to go and they don't want to go by themselves. So there's a lot of ways these things can happen. So just more than anything, you need to know exactly what that trip is that you want. Because if you're just going, I just need a vacation, that's not going to help. Where? Do you want to go to Bali? Do you want to go to Mexico? Where do you want to go? And then go from there. And you could even make it a work trip if you want. I went back to the salon part-time. Okay, so you're a salon. Okay, so you might even be able to find a way to be like a guest hairstylist on one of your trips and make some money that way. Elpin Shy Gangster says, how did you put your jeans? I have no clue what the hell that means. How did I put my jeans? Okay, I don't know what that means. All right, so that was for you, Melinda. Okay, Debbie, mindfulness. I'll get back to you guys in a second. We're going to talk about UFOs. Let's do the UFO talk. It's so funny. So let me start out. Hi, Momo. I wrote you down, by the way. We are in the middle of talking about UFOs right now. Yes, I've had personal alien experiences. But I will get back to you, Momo, in just a minute also. Okay. Because she posted a question, a very important question. Melinda says, thank you. I was supposed to go to Spain to see my son and had to cancel. Okay. I still think you should go. Figure it out. However it takes, whatever it takes, figure it out. Have a bake sale. I don't care. I think you need vacation. You really do. Okay, moving on. So UFOs. So here's what happened. 2 or 3 days ago, NASA had an official announcement. I only found out about it because I was just scrolling through looking at other people that are into metaphysical type stuff, and they mentioned it. And I went, oh, wow, I didn't know about that. Now, about 3 weeks ago, or about a month ago, there was a U.S. a Congress hearing about UAPs and UFOs. And there were some no, Carla, I didn't. There were some whistleblowers that came forward that were very reputable, and they talked about what they were allowed to talk about. And then shortly after, about a week ago, less than a week ago, Mexico came forward with the same type of a conference. And this time, a celebrity that's a ufologist, so to speak, a guy, shows up with these two, cadavers, mummified cadavers of supposed aliens that he supposedly had analyzed, and they're 1,000 years old, and that they're real, and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so shortly after that, within about a day, 24 hours, NASA all of a sudden says they have a big announcement. Okay, and I have a lot of predictions about what's happening right now with the extraterrestrial shit. All right, so you can listen to my predictions. I made predictions from May all the way to the end of the year with Leslie Fear, because I want to know her podcast. It's in my link tree. Listen to it. I talk about all this stuff. I had this interview in April, you guys. Everything I said has been happening. Okay, I was correct. I made another prediction today. It is in my profile. You can see it. I'm not afraid to make predictions anymore because I have been spot on. Now, I'm not going to go into my rant about the NASA thing the way I did the other day. It is posted on my YouTube. A lot of the stuff is already on YouTube. I don't want to keep repeating myself. Okay, so I'm only going to talk about a few things. So I posted a video pissed off that it was so difficult to watch this NASA hearing. I had to Google a bunch of times, different things, till I found it. It was on the actual NASA website, and it was a live stream. It was an hour long. Very disappointing, very annoying. They basically told us nothing. They were snarky. They were condescending. It was bullshit. Okay. And the only reason I think they did it was because of what happened in Mexico. They were trying to one-up it. I have a reason I think that this is all happening. I do think they are going to show themselves to us very soon. I don't think there is any threat to us at all. They are going to tell you it's a threat. Our government, and I'm not talking about the government you know about, I'm talking about the deep, dark, black government that a lot of people don't realize exists all over this world. They need to tell us. And the extraterrestrials have been communicating with them and told them, you need to tell them who we are. And our government's dicking around. It's kind of like when they call, they say, oh, there's a ransom. Don't try any funny stuff. The government's trying funny stuff. All right, they're trying to disclose by not disclosing. Okay. And so if you've never seen Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer, he's the guy. Watch him. He's heading this up. I think I even shared a video today about him as well. Dr. Stephen Greer, he is legit, you guys. He knows what's up. He actually, I think I even might have saved it on my YouTube. I was watching an interview with him this morning. He was on a podcast, and he was talking about what happened at NASA. He said a lot of the same stuff I did. They appear that way, don't they, Jamie? Wants to know if my eyes are two colors. Yes, they look that way, don't they? And then Charlie says we won't see them until 2027. I don't really know when they're going to show up. I think it's actually be much sooner than that. Charlie, I'm gonna throw the glove in the ring. I'm gonna put, they put down the gamut or whatever. I'm gonna say it's this year, in the next year, probably even the next few months. That's my opinion. I think the government is scrambling to look like they're doing something so the extraterrestrials don't get pissed off at them, This is connected to Russia. It has to do with the nuclear arms race. There's a lot going on, you guys. I can't tell you everything. You need to have a critical eye. And this isn't about being woo-woo and weird, okay? Extraterrestrials have always existed. We are extraterrestrial. We weren't from here, okay? We don't belong on this planet. Look at us. Look at our skin. We can't be outside. If it's too hot, we burn. If it's too cold, we freeze, right? We don't have fur like we should. Our backs, everybody has a bad back by the time we're old because of gravity, all right? We're upright creatures. How many creatures walk on 2 feet? Not too many. I saw somebody ask me about Bigfoot. Do I believe that Bigfoot is an extraterrestrial? Kind of. I believe Bigfoot is an interdimensional being. There's a lot of stories about them going back in time. You guys want to know what things are? Honestly, look at ancient history. Our ancestors put cave drawings, cave carvings, drew on tablets. They talk about all of this stuff. It's not myth. Okay, we've been so programmed to believe this is all woo-woo bull crap. It's not. I personally believe that the unintelligent people are the ones that do not believe that there's ETs. Because let's be honest. Science says this universe is literally endless. Okay, we don't even know how far. We don't even know about our ocean, you guys. So we definitely know nothing about the universe. So there you go. So I was pissed because not only was it hard to find the actual thing, I didn't see it. And I don't watch TV. Maybe that's why I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. And a lot of people have also said they didn't know about it. But I had all these dickheads telling me what a jerk I was because I didn't know about it. They're like, oh, how could you not know about it? I even had a guy post a video with a green screen behind him showing all the search engine stuff that showed the thing that I supposedly couldn't find. And I'm like, dude, I'm just telling you. I'm not an idiot. I worked in social media. I know how to look stuff up. I couldn't find it. Just being honest. I couldn't find it. Maybe I am dumb. I don't know. Point being, though, so I watched the thing. I'm pissed off. I went to go rewatch it today, you guys. Try finding it. You can find it. Not easily. And you definitely can't find it easily on the NASA website, which is weird because it was live streamed from their effing website. Try to find the full video of the NASA thing. I finally found it on YouTube. It's not that easy. And even on their own website, they barely talk about it. Something's weird. Kelsey says, any thoughts on how people say the Rh negative blood type is connected to aliens? Yes, they are. 100%. And you're also going to find people like me tend to have a Rh negative blood. A lot of us. I'm not one of them, but there are a lot of psychic mediums that have Rh negative blood. Linda says, let's be honest with the technological advance. Our government made contact years ago. No shit. Over a century they've been lying to you guys. And now they're just lying with more lies. Heather has Rh negative. Very cool. Kelsey has Rh negative. Yep. I'm a positive. I'm not that interesting. Yes. Yeah, and there's certain people that are resistant to certain diseases too. I don't know if you realize that. Especially these man-made ones like, no, I won't say it. Anyway. Have a little sip. So, if you want to hear my full opinion of the whole thing, go to my YouTube. There's all kinds of stuff. But the other thing I brought up, and I even posted a little video, AB negative, that's very rare, Jamie. I posted a short video about something they kept saying during the conference, and I probably read into it too much, but I don't know. No, if you go to my website, you guys, my website, first of all, I'm working on it. It's definitely a mess. I know it is not as good as it needs to be. I'm still working on it. But if you go to my website, I do not spam you, number one. I never, ever do. I don't have a newsletter. It's just a way for you to contact me so that you know it's me. Because guess what? There's fake accounts all over the place. As a matter of fact, I reported another fake account of mine, and I'm the one who got the strike. Yeah, they told me that I violated community standards and that somebody reported me. That doesn't make sense. All I did was post saying that there's somebody having a fake account. So I don't know how that works. Yeah, I'm hoping they share knowledge to help us with diseases. Yeah, you know what helps with diseases? Not eating chemicals. Pretty simple, guys. People used to live hundreds and thousands of years at one point. It's true. It's the crap we're eating. It's the stress we put ourselves under. Those are two things. It's parasites from the foods we're eating. That doesn't help us either. Those are three things you can do. Improve your nutrition, improve your stress levels, get rid of, toxins in your body, including parasites. There you go. And drink clean water. Yeah. Yeah. My husband and 2 boys are resistant to COVID-19 man-made bullshit. Yep. My boyfriend's resistant. He's been exposed numerous times. Never gotten it. Not once. Yeah. Do I have one-on-ones? What are one-on-ones? Oh, do I do private readings? Yeah, absolutely. If you go to my website, that's the best place to look. Now, the page that has the menu of things that I do is sort of hidden in a weird way. I'm trying this new web thing, and it's a little confusing. So if you do want a one-on-one private reading, and by the way, I am really busy. You may not get it from me right away. I mean, right now it's okay, but the next week or two, I'm going to be busy because I'm moving and all that stuff. But anyway, at the top right of the initial site, when you get to missmollyknows.com, there's a little, the hamburger, the lines. Tap on that, and that'll give you the page with the pricing and stuff. Okay. Oops, was September 23rd anything odd supposed to happen? Why? What's on September 23rd? ADHA. I don't know what that means, Angelia. Wanda. Okay, just was seeing if that kept me up with you other than here. Yeah, you can. No. I'm usually, most of the time, I post the most on TikTok. The second most posts is probably YouTube. And then I also have Instagram. I have Twitter. I have Pinterest. I don't really use it that much. I have LinkedIn. I have a lot of stuff. Wanda says, I've said that for years to my family. They call me nuts. Whatever. That's their problem, right? Hey, babe. Hey, Steph. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that's my rundown on UFOs. Anything drastic happen in 2028? I don't know. I haven't gone that far ahead yet. I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't know. So, any other questions about UFOs you want to talk about? NASA conference, anything else? Oh, I didn't finish saying what I was saying. Oh, so I posted a video today and yesterday. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. About some of the words they were using. So one of the things they kept saying over and over again, to the point where I thought it could be a drinking game, is they kept saying transparent. We're going to be completely transparent. Our goal is to be transparent. It's like, oh, let me tell you the truth. Liars. Let me be honest with you. Sure. The other thing is, they kept saying the word chaff. They kept saying we need to learn how to separate the chaff. And they kept talking about chaff, but they didn't finish the allegory, They kept saying chaff, but not finishing the phrase. So it seemed weird to me, like they were programming or something. So I looked up the word chaff. Wait till you see what I got. Look in my videos, what I looked up. The National Institute for Health talks about chaff, and it's not wheat. Yeah. So Tricky Dick says 23rd, their stars line is supposed to be a thing. I don't know anything about it. It's possible. I don't know. And what are you going to do about it? CHAFF, chaff. Like wheat and chaff. Yeah. They kept saying that. That's why I wanted to rewatch it, because I wanted to count how many times they said it, and I wanted to see how they were using it in the context again. Heather says attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also ADHD. Yeah, you didn't say that, Heather. You said ADHA. Why did you say that? What was the reason? Are you saying I have ADHD? Yes, I do. And I'm proud of it. That's why I'm good at what I do, because I notice everything. Power of observation. And that's why I'm hyper. Not just sort of hyper. I'm really hyper. I know it. Oh, someone asked my opinion on it. Oh, okay. Just like Matt's video, not good. Okay, my opinion on ADHD. Well, it's caused a lot by, who knows what. Could be a lot of things. I mean, I have a degree in psych. There's a lot of ideas about what causes ADHD, but more about what makes it worse. Not really what causes it per se. I mean, it is a physiological issue. However, in my opinion, I think it's a good thing. I use it to my advantage. I don't like it sometimes because I do interrupt. I do get off track. I do lose what I'm talking about. I do talk too fast. There's a lot of things about ADHD. I respond very quickly sometimes when I don't really hear everything. It can be a problem. But as a psychic medium, I love having ADHD because literally I notice everything. And that's really helpful. Yeah. Okay, Angela. Now I get you. That's cool. So I call it a superpower. And there are a lot of people like me that are neurodivergent in some way. A lot of autistic people are amazing. I am on the spectrum a little bit. So I get it. I know, surprise, right? Okay. Not good, meaning the parody video. Oh, I haven't seen that. You have it, you're proud. Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique quality. I think it is related to, well, I think it makes you a better psychic. I don't know if it's related to psychic ability, but it definitely makes me a better psychic. Janie, my daughter has OCD and she was treated for it. And she told her doctor, I want my OCD back. She likes to have it. Yeah, it's probably very, yeah, OCD is tricky. OCD is tricky. Yeah, and yes, I am a genius. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I have been tested. My grandfather was in Mensa, and most of the people in my family's IQs are over 140. But that doesn't mean common sense wise I'm so smart. I don't know. What's my take on empaths? Well, it's interesting because I saw a video, Chemo, the Light Seer, put up today. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this guy. He's from Hawaii. He's very lovely. He does, I don't know, his videos are somewhat informative and he supposedly speaks to spirit, whatever. His format's a little weird to me, but okay, if you've never seen him. Anyways, Chemo, the Light Seeker, I think he goes by, posted a video today talking about empaths and empathic people. And he was trying to explain the difference between an empath and somebody who's empathic. But what I personally think he was trying to say, maybe I'm wrong, was empathetic versus empathic. Now, there is a difference. Okay. Empathetic means you feel for somebody else because you know what it feels like. So if somebody says, I just broke up with my alcoholic boyfriend, I could say, I've been there. I know what that feels like. I'm empathetic. I can feel your feelings. I got the feels for you, right? That's empathetic. Empathic, different. Empathic means you physically pick up other people's energies. You physically pick up other people's emotions. So if you're around somebody who's really sad or angry, you might become sad or angry. If you're around somebody who's sick, you might take on some of their illness. That's an empath. Okay. So I am empathic in the sense that when I'm around other people, I don't even know it sometimes. I will pick their energy up and I will start, producing that same emotion. I also get physical sensations, and you guys have seen me do it on my lives before, where I'll be talking, all of a sudden I'll go, okay, I'm getting a headache right here. I'm getting a headache right here. I know it's not me. And often now, for me, this has started happening last year, I get premonitions that are empathic. Thanks, Steph. So my premonitions, so for example, a couple weeks ago, I was talking to my friend on the phone. We had this great conversation. We got off the phone. 2 days later, I'm standing in the kitchen and I say, oh my God, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. And Fred's like, are you all right? I'm like, it's not me. And he goes, what? And I go, it's not me, but it feels like someone's literally ripping my chest open. I was in pain. And he's like, are you sure? Should I take you to the hospital? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this isn't me, because it feels sort of like I'm detached from it. Next day, I found out the friend I had been talking to passed. He had told me he was going in for a surgery. This was just a few weeks ago. He told me he was going in for a surgery and we talked about it. And he said, it's just a routine kidney stone surgery, but he also had some heart problems. So apparently he died on the table in this routine surgery. Totally unexpected, but I felt it. So that's empath. You know what? I was upset, but at the same time, I'm okay with it because I just talked to him. And one of the things we talked about was dying, because we were talking about my ex-boyfriend's memorial service coming up, because he was asking me some questions because he was very close with him as well. So we were talking about our philosophy about what happens when we die and what we'd like to see happen and all this stuff. I have texts. We were texting. First we were on the phone, then we were texting each other. So I have his texts, the last things he said to me. And he was talking about what he wanted when he died. I know you're like, why are you smiling? Because I had that opportunity to talk to him one last time and have that discussion. And I know he's okay. So there you go. He's already communicated with me since he died several times. So I'm cool with it. He's fine. More upset for his husband. His husband is the one who's I'm kind of left in the cold. Poor guy. I wrote him a letter today. Told him how much, we love Scott, and if you need help, I was here. Anyway, moving on. So apparently at this time of night, I'm noticing I get banners that pop up showing me when people are commenting on my TikTok, even that aren't on the live. So this UFO video I started to tell you guys that I posted the other day, it's got like 65,000 views. I didn't think I said anything that interesting, but it's been getting, everybody comes in here. I want to talk about the UFOs. I want to talk about the UFOs. I've already talked about it a few times, so I don't know why it's still generating. Maybe it's the way that the algorithm works, but anyway. So if you're on here and you want to talk about UFOs, we can talk about it, but I'm also doing some psychic work. So Momo, I was on the way to the hospital to see my pop. I had my husband pull over because I got super sick. Oh my gosh, Momo. So sorry, honey. That's terrible, love. I threw up and I told my husband my pops had passed. Oh, Momo, I'm so sorry, honey. So sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Go look at the other videos. All right. Momo, I want to work with you, but I don't want to do it right now. So Momo, is it okay for me to talk about what you asked of me? And then I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for Debbie, Carla, or Mindfulness and Carla. They all have subscriber benefits, we'll call them. No problem. Okay. It's okay for me to bring it up. Okay. So Momo asked me, this is a kind of a unique question. She asked me the other day if I could help her. It was your son, right? Find his voice. You said he was nonverbal. Katerina says, I'm an empath and it's awful. It can be. I'll tell you a trick to help you with that, by the way. Okay, so Momo asked me if I would be able to maybe communicate with him in some way, right? Okay. I've never tried to do that, to be honest with you. I'm sure I could because I'm able to sort of, I don't want to call it communicate, but I'm able to pick up energies from animals. There is somebody, though, that specializes in that in Momo, and I want to tell you that, okay? In case you would rather contact her. Her name is Mariana Energy Reader. She's usually on here. She's also on YouTube and a lot of other places. She does read nonverbal. But I think it's very private. I would rather not do it on here with you. So I'm going to do a private thing for you later and I will send it to you. Okay? Stay off drugs, kids, except for cannabis. Cannabis is good for you, by the way. Okay, so moving on. So Debbie, who just subscribed, if you're still here, give me a green heart. Wanda just subscribed. Debbie, you're still here. Give me a green heart so I know you're here and let me know, did you want... So what we're doing is subscribers, if you want 3 cards, you're there. Do you want 3 cards? I can help you find something, or I can give you a mediumship song. Which would you prefer? If you don't say anything, I'm just going to pick. So you want a mediumship song, a song that has a message in it for you? Do you want 3 cards, or do you want me to find something for you, Deb? And Carla and Mindfulness and Wanda, would you please also think about the same question before I get to you? And Ruthie. And then I'm going to stop at that point, probably, and take a break. Okay. All righty. Wanda wants 3 cards. She already told me. All right. Cool. Deb, what did you say you wanted, honey? You wanted a song. Okay. This is for Deb. So Deb, we got Shiloh. Neil Diamond. I had Neil Diamond yesterday too. Shiloh. I don't know if you know that song. It goes, Shiloh, I know your name, something, da-dun, da-dun. Shiloh, that song, I think, don't quote me on this, please look up the lyrics, has to do with a boy and either his dog or his friend. I'm not sure. I don't know. You'll have to look the lyrics up, but it's called Shiloh, S-H-I-L-O by Neil Diamond. That is your song, Deb. Don't know why I got that one. That's really weird, but check it out. This is crooked, I just noticed. I'm like in the Svengoolie world here with this crooked camera. You know, Svengoolie always has like these. I love Svengoolie. All right. We got Carla, lovey. Are you here, Miss Carla? You're welcome. Ruthie wants 3 cards. Carla, what do you want, sweetie? Give me a green heart. Tell me what you want. Where are we at, says Laws of 7. Okay, so moderators, if you're watching, I'm just doing subscribers only right now. Can have 3 card draws, or a song, a mediumship song, or they can have an item to find. There's no cost. It's just $6 for a subscription. Big deal, right? I mean, I charge $111 for my basic reading, so you're getting a really good deal getting something from me here. Okay, so Carla, what did you say you wanted? 3 cards. Okay, Carla, let's pull your 3 cards left. Let's do it. Use this one. Carla, thanks for Lightning Bolt, whoever sent me that. And this one. And let's pull from this one. This card. Okay. Oh, that's weird. I just pulled that card before. Oh, came back. All right, my love. The 3 cards you got. Well, this is weird because these were cards I pulled earlier, but you know, you saw I randomly pulled. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes this is a similar message. That's okay. But everybody's different, right? So first of all, Carla, we got divine timing. See this card? Divine timing. Look at those dragonflies on there. Don't be surprised if you see dragonflies this week. Very well could be a spirit message. Now, when I say spirit guides, you know, I'll go, oh, you know, spirit guide shows up like as a dragonfly. The spirit guide itself is not the dragonfly. Let me explain that to you. Because people go, oh, a butterfly, it's my spirit. The butterfly, the hummingbird, the whatever, it is not the spirit. They didn't transform into a squirrel. What they've done is they've used their energy to put that creature in your presence. I have had dragonflies land on my shoulder and sit there. And I know who it is, but that's not them sitting on my shoulder. It's their energy has influenced that animal, insect, whatever, to come to my presence so that I think about them. That's all it is. Okay. So divine timing, as I was saying. So something you've been waiting for or something is about to happen that you've been expecting. You can't rush it. I don't know why it's taking so long. I know you've been like, when the hell is this going to finally happen? The minute you stop worrying about it, it's going to happen. But that pushing is telling the universe you're worried. And when you tell the universe you're worried, the universe says, oh, they're not sure that they want this, holds back. So just know that it's coming. Just think of it like you just made an order on Amazon. Unless you hear otherwise, it's showing up. Okay? And that's true in any manifestation thing, you guys. Assume it's coming. Don't ever question, doubt. The minute you start questioning whether you're going to get it or not, you start getting impatient, that's a sign you don't believe you're going to get it. Stop doing that. Believe it. All right. Your second card, you got Ghostlands. Again, this card is about withdrawal, staying away from people, maybe, you know, pulling in a little bit into yourself. Again, maybe it's one of those things where you just stopped. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's something you've talked about so much that people don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't know. Or maybe you don't want to think about it anymore. It just feels like it's kind of something that's been like over-explored, over-talked about, over-ideated. I don't know. It just feels like too much is what I feel. I don't know how to articulate. But we did get the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I feel like you're literally about to step through. You're that close. So I really do believe this is just a matter of you like continuing on and not over focusing on that thing. Just tell yourself, I already got it. I already know what it feels like when I get it. I already know what to expect. Leave it there. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, good. You'll get it. You will. I'm telling you, you will get it. Okay. Don't worry about it. All right. That was for Carla. We got mindfulness. Kelsey says, do you ever get face, head chills, or goosebumps when talking to people like psychic validation? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Marianne says, wow, you are still going strong. I had to leave for dinner earlier and was sad I had to go. I'm glad you're back. Mindful gets 3 cards. I love Mindful. She's amazing. You're a beautiful soul, Miss Mindful Freedom. I sure love you. Let's pull some cards for you. La, 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 la. I'm going to use these. Okay, you know what? Mindful, I want to pull some other cards for you. Hold on. I'm going to turn my light back up too so I can see better. Okay. Pardon my very casual appearance here, but I want to pull from this deck right here. I don't know why. Oh, that's weird. The picture of my great-great-great-grandpa fell over. That's strange. Isaac. All right. I'm going to use these. Aren't these cute? The Pulp Tarot. Alrighty. I haven't used these in a while. I don't know why I put them away. I love them. All right. Pulp Tarot for mindfulness. Okay, guys. And by the way, I'm not really charging for stuff, but if you guys feel like, you know, so inspired and you want to tip me or you want to post a testimonial about what I did for you, I appreciate it. That's all I ask. All right, spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Cards today for my friend Mindfulness. Anything for her today that'll help her move forward in her journey. We just had a Oh, you got the Ace of Pentacles as your first card. How cool is that? Excellent. I love it. That's a blessing right there. Woo! Knight of Swords. You're getting some pretty exciting cards here. Okay. What? This is bizarre. Wow. Girl, you're on fire. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles right away. A blessing. Abundance is on its way for you, dear. I don't know what you... Like, seriously, you're like on fire. What are you doing? Holy crap. You're going, well, it's just one card. Wait till you see your other cards. Like, really? Ace of Pentacles? This has to do with, you know, just something really good. It feels financial. Knight of Swords. Change of energy. Real quick. Very fast. This could happen very quickly. Like, all of a sudden. Swords are communication, ideas, and the truth. This is a change in energy. I feel like you may get a message very quickly that has to do with something that is going to give you some money. Last we get the Ace of Swords. So you got 2 aces. That's a lot of... For a 3-card draw, 2 aces, 2 out of the 3 are... Come on. Like, wow. Ace of Swords. Also a blessing. Communication, ideas, and the truth. What did I say? I feel like you're going to hear from somebody and then there's just going to be money. Like money you didn't know was coming. Could be in the form of a refund. It could be in the form of a gift, an inheritance, money you didn't know you had. I just heard check unclaimedproperty.org, I think, which I've checked before and I had money I didn't know about. Please check that out. Bob says, hello, the aura around you is very beautiful. Thank you, Bob. What is my aura? Is it orange? Usually it's orange and yellow, sometimes some pink and purple, and a lot of purple right up here, of course. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you for that. I got a free aura reading. Yay. So that's your reading. I know you're like, what the heck is it? Don't worry, it's coming. I'm excited. Let me know. Harry Potter wants to know about NASA. You guys, I posted that video about NASA 3 days ago. I've already talked about it. And we can talk about it again. I'm just saying, I've already talked about it. And what I said about it is on my YouTube. So you can watch it. But we can talk about it. But I've still got 2 more reads to do real quick. All right? Okay. You're welcome, Mindful. I love you. All right. Wanda gets 3 cards, then Ruthie gets 3 cards. Wanda, do you want me to go ahead and use this same deck? It's pretty cute. Our ghost reel, yes. What is my YouTube? Miss Molly knows. Everything Miss Molly knows. Purple and pink, you said. Cool. I love that. Purple makes sense because I'm doing psychic work right now. Thank you so much for that, Bob. This is for Wanda. Wanda. Woo, Wanda. You got a couple flipped over on their own. You guys are going to love these cards. They're so cool. You trust me. Thank you, Wanda. I trust you too. Wow, Wanda. So right away, you get justice. That is the 11 energy. You are on the right path. This is a reset. It's time to start over. We're going to get more into that. It's kind of vague, I know. Let me see what the other cards are telling me. Then you get the High Priestess. This is about intuition. Now, generally, when I get this card during a reading, it usually indicates, just for me, and this isn't true for everybody who reads cards, but for me, that you have a lot of intuitive ability that you aren't really using. And you want to, right? You want to. And that probably is what this reset is. I feel like you've done this before. You've been very interested in metaphysical type of thing, but you just kind of blow it off. You're kind of like, that's not for me. But it is for you because it will help you in your life. All of you watching, this will help you in your life. You don't have to do what I do to allow your intuitive ability to help you in your regular life. Wanda says, lost mom this month a year ago. Oh, honey, my life had been upside down. And yes. So yeah, this is a restart. Whenever we lose somebody, or I don't know, lose isn't the right word, but when somebody dies, yeah, it's usually a big upset. It's a big change. Started messing around with it to try to come out of the darkness. Yeah. Well, this might allow you to connect with your mom, right? You said your mom died? Yeah. So this may allow you to connect with your mom. Maybe you're a little scared. We have the Knight of Cups. This is a change of energy. Cups are about love, relationships, partnerships. And I feel like this will change everything for you when you start realizing she can communicate with you and you can communicate with her. All right. Lastly, we do have the Three of Swords, which came up in another reading in a different deck. Three of Swords is about disappointment, and sadness. Now, we all know usually our parents are going to pass before us. I know that. It still isn't any easier when it happens. It's part of our life, but it's not easy. So I do feel like allow yourself to be open to that communication. I think it will really help you. Do not be afraid. Tell your mother out loud or in your mind, I'm ready to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. She's probably already given you some signs and you probably already know that, but she may come through in a much stronger way now. So just be aware of that and don't let it scare you. Yeah, gotcha. Bob says, you know that you have a loving spirit with you. Yes, I have a few. I have quite a few, actually. Thank you, Bob. Karen says, my boyfriend passed and we can't find his keys or wallet. Any idea where they are? Oh, Karen, you want me to find that? I'm still working with a couple other people. When I'm done, we may be able to look for that for you. Wow, really resonating with me. Yeah, I understand. Karen says, my boyfriend. Okay, I saw that, Karen. All right. That was for Wanda. Again, I'm reading right now for subscribers. Ruthie, and then we'll talk about UFOs a little more. Okay, so Ruthie, real quick, you wanted cards as well. Why don't we stick with this deck? I'm digging this deck. You have a great night too, Bob. I'll check you out. I want to see what you do. Ooh, right away, you got the Chariot, the Lovers. What else? It's fine. The Chariot came up in a different. It's weird. I'm pulling some similar cards tonight. And 10 of Pentacles. Okay, what's on the bottom? I'm just curious. 7 of Cups. Okay, so for Miss Ruthie, right? You hear Ruthie? Give me a green heart. There you are. I see you. All right. So immediately we get the Chariot. That's fine. It's the first card we got on another reading. The Chariot's all about staying focused on the future, moving forward, not allowing the back to pull us back. All right. You're moving forward. This is a very focused energy. And then we get the Lovers. So Ruthie, I don't know if you're trying to figure out something right now, like making a choice between two things or two people, but it does feel like that's been your main focus. Hi from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland originally. Hi. So I feel like, let me see. The choice. And then we get the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is about sort of like the end of a phase. And Pentacles, again, are always about career, finance, stability in the home, whatever. So I'm kind of picking up like, I know it sounds funny, but almost like retirement vibes. I don't know how old you are, Ruthie, but, and retirement may not be the word. It just feels like you and your significant other, and when I say significant other, some people's significant other is their own kid. You know, they're not in a romantic relationship with their kid, but they're significant other human in their life, whoever it is it looks like they're trying to kind of like guide you to sort of take a break, like maybe even I don't know if retire is the right word, but back off a little. Does that make sense? To me it does. Courtney, I saw you, Courtney. So that's kind of what I got, sweetie. And now on the bottom of the deck, we had the 7 of Cups, which is about basically the bigger picture, looking at it over the big picture, everything. And so I feel like that's what you're going to have to do is stop worrying about all the little fine details and pull back a little. Look at the big picture. So if your husband, son, daughter, whoever it is saying, hey, you might want to think about quitting or retiring or backing off a little bit on your workload, I think they're saying it out of a place of love. So don't get defensive. Don't get mad. Just roll with it. Back off a little. That's what I got for you. Courtney, were you wanting, sweetie? Were you wanting cards, a found item, or did you want a song? Courtney, let me know, mama. There, Courtney? I'm just giving you a quick little schlufflo. If you want cards. If you don't, that's okay. Just tell me. Courtney. What did you want, dear? Cards? Found item? Song. Courtney. Give Courtney a second to answer me, you guys. Green heart, please. All right, I'm just going to pull cards for you. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's a lag. Okay. Courtney, I'm pulling cards for you. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Cards today for Courtney. Okay, there you are. I was looking for you. Sometimes it gets stuck. It's not your fault. Cards today for Courtney. Anything will help Courtney moving forward in her journey, please. King of Wands. Whoa, did you see that? 3 cards just flew right out. King of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Sun. That didn't take much. All right, let me take a look at these real quick. So the King of Wands came in upside down or reversed. Wands are your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your passions. The King of Wands is all about manifestation. This guy makes it happen. But it came in, whoops, but it came in upside down. And so what I think that's telling me is that you are far more capable than you're giving yourself. God, my hair's bugging me. You are far more capable than you are giving yourself credit for to produce what you're trying to do. And I think that you have been really hard on yourself, is what I feel with this card. But then you get the Three of Pentacles, which tells me that you're actually really quite talented and really very smart. You're very, very bright. And you don't give yourself enough credit because you are an expert at most of the things that you know how to do. You're quite good. Okay. But then we get the Sun. And that's about clarity, renewal, new beginnings, you know, sort of like almost a birth card for some people. Like if you're thinking of having kids, sometimes this card's a nice card to see. I don't think that's your case. But Courtney, I really think what this is telling me is that that's your aha moment, is like realizing you're far more than you give yourself credit for. Hey, Momo, thank you. You're a much bigger, what do you call it, entity to deal with than people realize, and including yourself. Give yourself some credit. Bottom of the deck, we did get the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I love it. This is a karmic cycle. It's about to come out for you in a good way. Karmically, it is going to pay off for you. So you're going to definitely see things coming around for you. All right. Momo is the last one I'm working with tonight as far as doing subscriber reads and stuff. You can still subscribe if you wish. I will still honor that subscription on the next live I do, but you know, there comes a point where I've got to kind of stop. And I also want to be able to talk about the NASA thing because I have a lot of people asking again. So we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. All right. You wanted cards. Do you want me to use these cards? They're kind of cute. I like them. Let me give them a quick shuffle. Do cards for Courtney. We're going to talk UFOs and NASA again. UFOs and NASA again. All right. This is for Momo. And like I said, I will work with you privately. Okay, I'll let you know what's going on with that later. Okay. Spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. Whoa, I don't know if you saw that. 4 cards just flew right out all on their own. Let's take them. It happens. I love when it does, though. Yeah, doubt is your downfall. It's all of our downfall. It's not just you, Courtney. We all do it. All right, so working on swords. 3 swords. Again, this card keeps popping out, you guys. Disappointment, sadness, regret, guilt, feeling bad. You don't need to feel bad, Momo. Don't take on everything as your fault. That's not how it works. You can't solve everything just by blaming yourself. I used to do the same thing. I'd always say, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. Because then I felt like, oh, I can do something about it. You can't blame yourself for every single thing. Sometimes things are definitely not your fault. Just telling you. Okay. Ace of Wands in reverse. Wands are dreams, hopes, desires. Aces are absolutely blessings, but it's reversed. So I feel like you've been holding it back on your dreams, really is what I feel. And I do think it is guilt-driven. You've held back on a lot of your dreams because you worry too much about what everybody else thinks and what everybody else needs from you, and you don't take care of yourself. I've already said this to a couple people today. Hot Soup says, find your faith in Jesus Christ and put away your witchcraft and card worship. Ah! Are you holding a snake and a Bible when you tell me that? Thanks for helping my algorithm. Fucaw. Moving on. Moving on, back to the reading. So then we have the 8 of Wands. This is about taking action, Momo. All right, this is saying don't sit on your laurels anymore. Take a step in the right direction. Even if you think at this point there is no possibility in your life that you can manifest or work on those things that I brought up for you, take a step. So for example, if you always dreamed of going on a safari, I'm just using it as an example. You always dreamed about going on a safari, let's say. At least look up, what does it cost to go on a safari? Where could you go on to a safari? Maybe you can take some of these people that you're worried about with you on the safari. Thought about that. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. Lastly, we get a 4 cups. This is about healing. So I do feel like some events that have happened in your life, Momo, are part of the reason that you don't allow yourself to have things. I know it sounds silly. I'm not saying you don't take care of yourself. I think you do. I think you take really good self-care, like your health and all that stuff. But I think as far as your dreams, your desires, the things you really want to do, I don't think you allow it to yourself very much. So that's part of the healing, is saying to yourself, I didn't do anything wrong. Take better care of your mental health and allow yourself to be and do the things you want to do. There's a reason you want what you want and nobody else does, because it's for you. And Hot Soup says, and if anyone here hears the truth and runs for your devil worship, it's all worth it, sweetie. Hot Soup, I usually don't address people like you, but I'm going to since you're here. I appreciate that you think you're helping. You're not. You don't know enough about your own Bible to sit here and tell me what I'm doing. So I'm now going to block you. Fucaw. Bye. You're gone. See you later, Gata. That was rude. I don't mind if people want to talk about religion here. That's totally cool. But don't accuse me of doing something that's evil or going to hurt people, because I would never hurt anybody. I can't even kill the spider that lives outside my house. Okay? That's not me. Yes, NASA is fake. I agree. You're welcome, Momo, sweetie. You're amazing. Okay, so let's talk. Let's jump into it. If you subscribe right now, I can't read for you right at the moment. We're going to talk about UFOs for about another 15 minutes, and then we're moving on. That's okay, Law. It's totally cool. I wanted them to hear me. I don't usually even address that stuff, but I wanted them to hear me because they don't know enough about their own Bible to come in here and tell me what I'm doing. Because guess what? What did people do in the Bible? There were prophets that did what I do. Not saying I'm a prophet. People did this all the time, you guys. This was a normal thing back in the day. The churches don't want people doing this because it works. They can't control you. Anyway. Whatever. And I'm not saying bad about the Bible. I'm just saying, come on. All right. So NASA, let's talk about NASA. Everyone wants to talk about NASA. We're going to talk about it. Got a lot of people coming in here asking. I'm telling you guys, I posted that video days ago. I don't know why all of a sudden every night it seems like everybody's coming here going, what's about NASA? And I'm going, wait, that's not even on my topic. Let's talk about it. NASA lies. They're not really what they say they are. They're not a space organization working for the government. They're privately funded. They even said it during the conference. They told us basically nothing. They told us nothing, and they basically were snarky and shitty and made fun of all the other people that came forward after they just said out of one side of their mouth that they were going to make it where the public could come forward and not feel stupid and not get in trouble. But then they just made fun of somebody else who came forward in the government. Laws of Seven says, God said, I am always with you. God, universe, spirit, whatever you call it is within everyone. Exactly. That's what I feel. I think God is just energy. You're God. I'm God. This book is God. This table is God. The camera is God. God is everything. And if you think of everything as part of God, you will learn to treat everything, including others and yourself, better. Okay? If you're worried about global warming, don't worry about that. Worry about treating the planet with love. Period. Bottom line. What are you doing to treat the planet nicely? That's all I care about. If each individual took responsibility for their part in this universe, we wouldn't have problems. Right? Okay. So if you can't just listen to yourself, then you can hear God. Yes. God's just a word. It's a word. Thank you. Thank you. Someone said my eyes are cool. Thank you. So anyway, so when NASA did their announcement, I felt it was under the radar. A lot of people said I was full of crap, but I didn't really know much about it. I have tried since to go back and watch it in full. It is hard to find. I did find it on YouTube. I believe I saved it somewhere, but you should be able to find it. It's only an hour. I would definitely recommend watching it because it's just going to show you how shitty our government is. Like, I'm trying to not get mad. I got really pissed that one night when I was talking about it. So some of the things that they talked about was they said that they did have data of UAPs or UFOs. I call them UFOs. But they also told people that they are not extraterrestrial related, but we don't know what they are. She says, God is more than just a word. He is the word. I disagree with you. God is an energy. It is not a he. It is not a thing. It is not a person. I think that is a put down to God. It is not a thing or a person sitting on a throne. I'm just saying. You can disagree. That's cool. Just saying. All right. Years ago, did NASA have an entity that they like in their building, whatever? I don't know. But here's the funny part, you guys. So I got called out. me. And it was mostly men. That's the other thing that kind of surprised me. I don't know why. Here I am, a middle-aged woman just stating my opinion, and I have all these men picking on me, and they're all like in their 20s and 30s. They all look like jerks. And one of the things that they said was like, oh, you're an idiot, you can't figure out where this stuff is. And I'm like, I'm telling you guys, it wasn't that easy to find. But here's the ironic part. 3 or 4 people started a conversation within that post about they all work at NASA and they didn't know about the announcement. They work at NASA and they didn't know about the announcement. What? Cringy, big time cringy, y'all. It's asexual. Yes, I agree. King is back. Law says, do you have a Virgo moon? They are the true conspiracy theory. No, I don't. It's masculine and feminine energy. I get you. Yeah. Yeah, they've oppressed women. Yeah. It used to be the female entities were far more worshipped than male entities. Okay? Back in the time. It's because they believe women would talk to snakes. Yeah. So. No, they didn't tell anything, Arctic. She said, seems like NASA didn't reveal much. They didn't tell us anything. They just act like jerks. All American says, read your Bible. I don't have a Bible. How about that? I don't have one. Matter of fact, guess what? I'm Jewish. I'm a Jew. Not really. I'm not religious, but I'm 100% Jewish. So I've read the Old Testament. I know a lot about it. Read your Bible. It's also explained that aliens are interdimensional demonic beings falling. No. Yeah, who wrote that? Do you know who wrote that, All-American? Who wrote your Bible? Was it King James? King James, the homosexual who also wrote a satanic Bible as well? Nothing wrong with being homosexual. I have zero issue with that. I'm just saying the Bible's lies, just like NASA. You don't like it, leave my room. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. The Bible is full of lies. Written by a man, written for himself. And you guys believe it. Now, was there a Bible that was somewhat truthful? Yes, there was at some time. I'm not going to get into it right now. I don't want to argue. Everybody believes what they believe. I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just saying. But you know how I feel. Sorry, but did you say when you put these reads on YouTube, you want to show my people? Yes, they are on YouTube. This will be on YouTube tomorrow. It takes a while to upload it. Thanks, Sydney. King James did not write the Bible. No, he rewrote it the way he wanted to write it. Yes, the King James version of the Bible, which most people believe, which is horseshit, by the way. You know who really wrote a lot of this stuff? Sir Francis Bacon, who is also Shakespeare. Yeah. Men have wrote their version of the Bible since before time. Yes, I don't even believe in the Old Testament very much, honestly. Here's what I think. And I've said this before. I think all religious texts have some truth in them. I do. I think there's seeds of truth in every myth, every story, every, tale. There's always a seed of truth. Okay. But interpretation. I've posted stuff on here that I thought was innocuous, no big deal, and I've had people rip me a new asshole. It's interpretation. It's intention and interpretation. Candy says, correct. Technically speaking, he put it together for his own political agenda. Thank you, Candy. Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to be mean to people that are religious, but please research your Bible before you start coming in here saying shit to me, because you don't know what I do. You know nothing about what I believe, do you? You don't, except for what I just said. NASA isn't the Bible, so can we talk NASA? Yes, Great Ghost. Getting back on topic, right? Yeah, okay, so, but it is. It's related to the Bible, Gray. It is. Because, like she said, or whoever said, the Bible has some references to extraterrestrials. There are some references. Not that it means anything, or it does. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't recite the Bible. But NASA, for years in the, I guess, occult community or metaphysical community, has always not trusted NASA. We've never trusted NASA. We've never trusted the Smithsonian. They are both government bullshit. They lie. All-American, would you please leave? I don't need you here anymore. You can go. Have a nice day. I love you. I hope you find what you're looking for. I don't need you in here. Fucaw. I don't like the way you're talking. And yeah, that's censorship. I censored him. Yes, it's my show. Yeah. So anyway, talking about NASA. So NASA lies. NASA was snarky. NASA didn't tell us shit. except for they were going to be studying this and figuring it out, and they were going to ask for the help from the public through an app that they were going to crowdfund or some shit like that. And I'm like, if you guys think I'm crazy enough to pick up my phone every time I think I see some kind of UFO or UAP or alien, and I'm going to text the damn government through their app that they're probably going to charge me for, they can suck a big bloody you know what. I'm not doing that. I am not telling the government how I feel or what I saw. And I advise you to do the same. Thank you, Patty. She says, I'm so pretty. Thank you. So I would say I wouldn't do it. They'll use it against you guys. Yeah, they want us to be sheep. They think we're stupid. That's why I get mad. If you want to know what my biggest pet peeve is, when somebody tries to make me feel stupid, I friggin' hate it. I'm not stupid. Do I make mistakes? Yes, but I'm not stupid. Do I misunderstand sometimes? Yes, but I'm not stupid. Neither are you. And don't let them treat you like you're stupid. Don't let them make you think that you don't know anything, because you do. Luke Cordero says, do I practice any religion? I practice the golden rule. That is my religion. Do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. That's my golden rule. And that's my religion. Whatever I do, I think about, how is it affecting others? How is it affecting me? Is it in integrity? Am I doing the right thing? That's my religion. Grace says, they are government, which means they won't admit to anything out of their control. No, they won't. But I do think they know they're losing control. And Russia is about to do something really awful, and they know it. And the extraterrestrials, in my personal opinion, and I did make a prediction, and I posted it right here in my TikTok, they are going to show up. And they know it. The government communicates with them. Trust me. They know they're going to show up. And the extraterrestrials are saying, look, either you tell them we're here or we're going to show them we're here. And they are. Do not be surprised if a 10-mile wide spaceship floats over the White House in the next few months. It wouldn't surprise me at all. That's all I'm saying. The gray energy makes me nervous. Yeah, I get you. So Mindful says, B-Love says, I think I'm just ready for something to happen. I'm exhausted. Yeah, I know, dear. I know. Yeah. B-Love says, I think they are drawn to the nuclear threat. Oh, absolutely. That's what it is. So when Hiroshima happened, you guys should watch Dr. Stephen Greer. He talks about all this. He just did an interview today on a podcast I saw on YouTube that blew my mind. I will put it in my, I'll put it on my YouTube in a folder for you guys. I'll make a UFO folder, and I'll put all this stuff in the UFO folder, and then you guys can watch it whenever you want, okay? So by tomorrow, there'll be a UFO folder on my YouTube. You can watch it anytime with all this information. So when Hiroshima happened, and we had Area 51 situation happen. There were some other incidences besides Area 51, by the way, you guys. You just don't even know about them. But that was not a crash landing, Area 51. That, my friends, it's going to blow your mind. You can think I'm crazy. I don't care. I'm going to tell you this is what I think happened. That was extraterrestrials coming to talk to us, and we shot it down. We created a crash. I also found out that during World War II, Hitler was seeing these spaceships, and he thought they were American. The Americans were seeing spaceships. They thought they were the Nazis. When the Nazis finally got their hands on one, guess what? They created one too. Their Bell. Yeah. Carol says, I saw a huge UFO when I was a kid. Thought it was a dream. I've had experiences. I'm getting a tone in my ears. Anybody else right now? Oh, in a way, as soon as I said it. So I had an interview with Leslie Fear on her Because I Want to Know podcast. It is in my link tree under podcasts. I think it's at the very top. I did predictions from May all the way through the rest of the year. I talked about this. And I had that interview in April. I talked about this. You guys, it'll blow your mind. I talked about exactly what just happened. All of these shitty disclosures. I talked about it. I talked about what's going on with Russia. Yeah, it's big. So listen to it if you get a chance. Are UFOs from outer space or another dimension? I think both, Jill. I think they're from both. And I do think they have to come from another dimension because they cannot physically travel here millions of light years away and still be intact. Okay, so I think that they do go through some type of interdimensional wormholes. And it has to do with electromagnetic electricity, I'm sure. Or energy, I mean. I don't know all the details. I'm not a scientist. I'm just saying. Okay. But yes. Yeah, it is sad. Let's see. I'm betting on dimensional, yeah. Wish this wouldn't keep freezing. Yeah, it's not freezing on my side, so I don't know, Courtney, what's going on. Michelle says, shoot first, talk later. Yeah. And then Courtney says, or are they trying to stop you from talking? They might. And that's okay. So if you want to go down the rabbit hole, I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I'm going to say it here in public because I think I should. I'm a little worried about some things I've said, to be honest with y'all. You can tell me if you think I'm crazy to worry. I'm a little worried. I'll tell you why. I've predicted a lot of things. I predicted COVID. I predicted the war with Russia. I have the journal I wrote in from 4 or 5 years ago where I wrote about this stuff. I didn't know what I was writing at the time. I wrote about it. I do remote viewing. They like remote viewers in the military, in the government. That's where that all started. Okay. I also say a lot of stuff. I always wonder, will the MIB show up at my door? Could happen. You've heard it here. So if I disappear, you guys know why. Is there any connection to the Antarctic? Absolutely. Absolutely. Miss Molly Knows is my YouTube. Miss Molly Knows on all social media. Twitter, Linktree, or LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Here, I also have a private group on Facebook called the Fucaw Clan, you guys. I do a lot of fun stuff in there. You guys can post in there. It's a private group. You have to be invited or asked to be invited. How do you feel about The Simpsons and their predictions? I love that, Momo. As a matter of fact, if you watch the other show, Futurama, there's a lot of predictions there too. And they talk a lot about aliens. Obviously, the show's about aliens. They have symbolism in the background on that show that I looked up. They do have a glossary. It's real symbols. There was an episode of Futurama I talked about a few weeks ago on here that predicted Bruce Jenner's sex change operation. It was when Bender decided to become an athlete and pretend he was a woman so he could compete better. And he went by Bruce Bender. And that was recorded in like 2003-ish. Yeah. A little too, yeah. It's too, I'm not wrong. Is time travel possible? 100%. Yep. Jill, you can time travel anytime you want. You know how you do it? You close your eyes and you remember something. That's time travel. Now, if you mean time travel as in your physical body travels in time, yeah, people do it. Do they do it on purpose? Not usually. They don't even know how it happens. Some people. There's a very interesting story that just came out a few years ago, just a couple years ago. Some Russian guy shows up in Russia all of a sudden wearing 1950s clothes. He has a 1950s camera strapped around his neck. He has no clue where he is. They developed the film in his camera. Not only is it from the 50s, but it shows a UFO in the background. Look it up. Look up Russian time traveler. It's a true story. I'm not making it up. They never figured out how that all happened. Yeah. Yeah. Wanda says, yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe some of their shows prior to all this. Yeah. Yeah. The Simpsons legit had Trump going up on that. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. Are you wearing a contact or do you have heterochromia? It appears that way, doesn't it? Courtney says, I always called it photographic memory. I can close my eyes and see everything weird. I know. Yeah. And so here's the thing. When I do remote viewing, there's a lot of ways to do it. I don't know if you guys know about it, but the government does use it. And MK Ultra was a program they used to use certain drugs to try to induce sort of a psychosis so that you could use your psychic ability. They train people to use their psychic ability to find things, to spy, to influence. Uri Geller, URI Geller, he was very popular in the 70s. He was the guy who used to bend spoons with his brain. He's still around. He has a museum now. He worked in that type of work. He was tested in that type of work. He's a friend of mine, by the way. He's an amazing person. He's got a lot of good input about what's going on with UFOs. And a lot of people think he's nuts, and he doesn't give a shit. He just says whatever. Davin says, they went and talked to his girlfriend after he disappeared. She confirmed he disappeared. That's right. Yep. She said she couldn't find him. And then she actually, I think, heard from him when she was an older lady recently. And he said he had to move on or something. I don't know. Like he sent her some kind of cryptic message of some sort. I don't know. But I mean, here's the thing. Here's how time travel works. I'll explain this since we're talking about space and all this stuff. Okay. So as humans, we have timelines. We have minutes, hours. We measure time. Right? As a spirit, you don't have a physical presence, right? You don't have a meat suit. Okay. It's just your brain. The only way your brain works is if there's a spirit in the brain, that energy, right? The brain doesn't, that massive lump of flesh in your skull doesn't have any information on it. You can't hook up something to it and pull information out of it, right? The information has to get in that brain somewhere. It comes from spirit. It comes from energy from the universe. You imagine things, you write a story, it happens somewhere in this multiverse for you to get that information to write it down. That's how it works. That's why I would say there's always a seed of truth to something. If you can think of it, it exists somewhere. Somewhere. Bringing it into your existence as a manifestation, physical, is different. So time is not a real thing. It's real to us as humans. Spirit does not have time. They don't age. They don't have a body. They don't have bills to pay. They don't have to eat unless they want to. They don't have to go to the bathroom or sleep unless they want to. They don't have to follow any laws except for integrity and whatever, the spiritual laws are, right? They don't have a physical body. So they don't care about time. They don't age. They don't die as a spirit. They don't have to be in a physical place. They can go anywhere they want. So if a spirit decides they want to go back in time or forward in time or whatever, they can go wherever they want. And if they change something, like everybody goes, oh, and they change and it screws up everything, we wouldn't know it. We wouldn't know the changes because they're subtle, and they wouldn't affect us in such a what's the term I want to use? Profound way. However, I know what you're saying, Courtney. You guys have heard of the Mandela effect, right? It's real. I know because I've experienced it, the Mandela effect. It's named after Nelson Mandela, not after mandala, like the design of mandala. Mandela, Nelson Mandela. I was just going to talk about CERN. You just asked me about CERN. That's what I was going to say. So when the CERN collider happened, it shifted something. There's no doubt. Everybody's talked about things feel different. Nobody can describe what feels different, but it feels different, right? So I do believe that's what happened. Something happened that sort of made the reality sort of shift a little bit, and some things changed. Nothing super, I don't know if you can hear that. That's my dog snoring. Can you hear that? They're downstairs. Full on snoring, you guys. Where do you think spirits are generated from? That's a good question. It's energy. Like I said, everything is energy. I think, I couldn't answer that. I'm not God. I mean, I am God, but I'm not God. You know what I mean? I'm not the person who started it all or the spirit that started it all. I can only say that, it's energy. I don't know how else to explain it to you. That's the dog snoring. Did you hear that? All right, guys, I'm so tired. I'm going to go to bed. I've been on way longer than I expected to be. I appreciate all your input, you guys. If you did subscribe tonight and I didn't get to read for you, catch me the next time. Remind me. I love you very much. Everybody have a wonderful day. Please go to my YouTube. There's a lot of UFO stuff on there. After I get off here, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go ahead and make a folder specifically with NASA, UFO, all that stuff in one specific place so you can find it. Okay? missmollyknows.com. A lot of the information's in my profile and my link tree. Please check it out. Talk to you later. Everybody have a good night. Bye.